We are
We're live
currently,
right
but I'm
now.
posting the story, so it's technically not actually started.
Okay. I'm good.
I'm gonna send it to Chaz too. The link.
I'm the greatest assassin in the world. That's what he says in the movie, no?
Where's the link?
It's like I'm the deadliest assassin. Well, that's what he says in the trailer.
I think I got a little
For,
bit of the
aggro drift?
gold tinfoil.
Yeah.
When he's like, what does he say? Has he-
I am the world's most
Or something like that.
assassin.
That's
Should we
so
pull it up
stupid.
live? Should we pull it up?
What are we pulling up?
We'll do it live. Fuck it. The old, Bill O'Reilly meme from like 10 years ago. Like, there was a news anchor who, like, Wait, pull up. Shit, what did I say? Oh, the aggro drift trailer. That's what I was.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll pull it
Yeah,
up.
we can pull stuff up and it'll be playing on there.
Yeah.
So if you want to check it out,
It'd be funny if we just played that on a loop. And that was the only thing. Like, actually, no podcast tonight, just aggro drift trailer.
we should just get Guava Video to make us a VHS. of
Let's
it.
go. That'd be sick. What was I gonna say? If do you guys prefer whenever we play videos to have it play through this or to play through the speakers?
Like that?
Yeah.
Is that really loud?
I mean,
Like, for a second, but not too.
Is that okay?
I don't know.
Here we go.
I don't know. What do you think?
The only thing about having play through this is if we're talking over it, like it might get muddled out in
Yeah.
the audio, unless you're really on it, Kate, about like turning it down when we're talking.
Do you believe in yourself, Kate?
I think my headphones might be quieter than everyone else's.
Yeah, it could be. There might be a way to turn it out.
Is
Sorry.
the music in the movie like this?
Yeah, I heard. Apparently, this is the end credits music.
Let me
Wait,
hear it
this
through
is-
your
Really?
headphones for a second.
Anthony, can you back me up, or was it Gage that saw it? I keep forgetting.
They saw it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Does
no.
the name make sense after you see the movie?
No. It's like just kind of like a gamer terminology, like.
I think I told Anthony this a while back, but I have deduced the perfect setting in which to watch aggro drift.
Oh, it's not in a strip club.
Second most perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. The other one being rainy evening, some Midwestern, like Eastern Seaboard state, like let's just say Ohio for the sake of the hypothetical.
Mhm.
We're gonna go like 2 a.m. Raining like a motherfucker. Everyone's stuck inside. Party is long dead, but there's still people hanging around. Like a lot of guys in their early 20s. LEDs lighting the whole place, and only the color changing ones, like that stick to the wall and rip out the paint. Like
Yeah.
the cheapest, shittiest you can find. There is a guy over in the room with like blasting out of his headphones, which are hanging around his neck, is the debut album from Crystal Castles. There is a tiki-shaped bong on the living room coffee table, and on the TV is just this movie playing. That is the perfect set and setting for this.
What do you think about that, Elijah?
That tiki-shaped bong's about to get you fucked up. I've never hit a tiki-shaped bong.
I had a buddy with a normal bong who left it out in the rain during a pretty nasty storm. Norman, it shattered by the morning. It was
He left the bong outside?
Yeah, it was storming like hell out there that night. And I'm like, dude, you should probably bring that in. Then it fell over. I'm like, a perfectly good thing gone to waste. R.I.P. Happy memories. I'd pour one out, but I'm on carpet.
I want a fish bong.
Yeah, maybe not the best idea with all these wires hanging around.
I want my fish in the bong. Like when you your
Oh,
fish
go-
get high too.
That'd be
Oh, God.
crazy.
Wouldn't that just boil the fish alive? Wouldn't that just...
They'd just be stoned.
Okay, I got it. The real ballsy idea. You have a tank within the bong for the fish, and then the bong water itself goes around it. It'll still filter in there. Don't worry, but it won't cook the fish alive. It'll just, lightly bake it. Let's say. Lightly bake.
You do this and then you eat the fish. And then it's like you got high and then it's like
How much of an aftertaste do you think that thing leaves?
a big one.
Sure. Do you need me to get up?
No, you can. Yeah, just
for a Okay.
sec. Just
What if like people made burgers? Could you cook burgers with weed smoke?
Well, like, what do you mean?
So what does that imply exactly? Does that mean you're using like weed like charcoal briquettes or?
Basically, like, yeah, somehow, like, you're generating the heat from, like, burning weed.
So my guess is it either burns up too fast to properly cook it all the way through, or it just.
What I'm saying to the mic.
Maybe if you had like a weed plant,
We're still on the.
Yeah.
like a weed plant, like not like just like the bud.
You get like a
I
pound of
was
it.
gonna say like
Yeah.
numerous buds that you just get at a dispensary. Nah, not gonna cut it. Get the full bush though. Then you're onto something.
Yeah, because then you have like the fire. Like
Now,
the whole
okay,
fire,
here's the
whole
thing.
flame coming from the weed.
Say theoretically, like,
Uh-huh.
yeah, you burn like the pound of weed.
Okay,
You can cook the burger.
sure.
Is the burger gonna get you high?
I honestly don't know. My guess is no, if I'm being honest.
The chef will
I
definitely be
think
high.
it would.
Yeah.
Are you expecting
believe
the
that.
same effect as something like pop brownies?
I don't. No, I'm not expecting the same effect.
Because my
just-
guess maybe lightly, but unless it's actually like cooked into the food, I'm like, what? The chances are slim.
Okay.
Mm,
Sounds fun though.
it does sound
It was a
fun.
goof.
We should try it.
Oh, get off your phone. Yeah. Oh, okay. All right.
I'm making the
We
story.
gotta,
Or
wait, we
20
gotta wait a little
BBQ?
bit for Elwood.
Oh.
That'll look like aggro drift.
Yeah.
What's the
You guys
music?
ready?
What's the music like from Aggro Drift?
Somebody's ready.
Alrighty, gentlemen.
ready.
In unison on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Jack, you just made me cringe, bro.
I am cringe incarnate. Your words mean nothing to me, mortal man.
All right.
We
I
got our
say,
first-
being skinny and like 5'9".
We got our first comment.
Oh.
Mr.
Oh, let's
Mister.
go.
I haven't I didn't
Oh,
pre-read
let's
this.
go.
Hey, Gage man, happy to see you on.
Gage.
What's up, Gage?
Gage says. I can't read this.
Read it.
Oh.
Read it.
You know what? I'll rate it.
Gage, you can't say the N word.
No.
Whoa.
He said,
The gamer word is reserved
is
for
a-
certain individuals. You gotta know this by now, bud.
"This is a Waka Flocka quote. Keep Flocka swag." Oh my God.
What is it?
Keep Flocka swag smoothie and groovy. Let's watch a movie later. Do the booty.
Is
Let's go.
Gage writing Zoomer naked lunch in our comment section?
All right, you finished the story? Okay.
What's going on, film fans? Screen Tongue, episode 43.
Yeah.
Episode 43, Screen Tongue. The gang is here with a special guest, filmmaker, projectionist, Eagle Scout, recently turned 24-year-old Jack Rourke is on the
Let's
pod.
go.
I'll drink to that.
Happy
Hell
birthday,
yeah.
Jack's birthday was yesterday. How was your birthday?
Damn.
Happy birthday, Jack.
Pretty chill, pretty
2000,
chill. Kept it
2000
low-key.
baby.
Yep, 2000. I'm a Y2K baby.
Let's go.
24. Let's go. Shane, Shane, we got an election year 6 months out.
Yeah.
Also, since last pod, can we get a happy birthday for Norby going in the
Oh,
chat as
thank
well?
you.
Hell
Thank you so
yeah.
much.
Double
Yeah.
birthday. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Also Y2K.
Double 24.
Nice.
Also 24, yeah.
24 is
Yeah.
a good one.
Yeah.
Everyone in this chat
No, it's not.
who's got a Y2K
24
birthday,
24 kind of sucked.
we gotta. You know what we gotta do now. It's
Uh,
Kyle Mooney, 824, Y2K, opening night. All of us, let's do it.
Which movie?
Y2K. It's an upcoming title, directorial debut from Kyle Mooney, I believe, from SNL. Now he's doing it for A24. I got some buddies who saw it at the festival. It's word of mouth, and this thing is real good.
Jalen
That sounds cool.
says, "Let's go BCTV. Happy birthday, Norbster. I will still be in this chat. Don't be mistaken." Jalen is in the room with
She's
us.
literally, I'm literally looking right
we
at
need
Jane.
like a little bell for the comments.
A bell?
Yeah.
There might be something. Yeah.
Gage also says, "Happy birthday, Norby."
Oh, thank you, Gage. Appreciate it, bro.
Happy birthday, Norby and Jack.
So do you guys want? What's your time constraint? You said like 10 or 11.
Probably 10.
10.
10
Okay.
o'clock, yeah.
So right now it's what, like
10
8,
works.
8:12,
Okay.
8:13. Okay. So do you guys want to start on the movies first and then watch later if we have time? I think it's probably a
That's fair.
safe bet. Yeah.
I'm down.
Sure, works for me.
Yeah. Okay. What do you guys want to start on? I've been putting Forbidden Planet like on the first slide, so I always wonder about that when I'm like, putting the titles in. Like, should I do it in the order we talked about it in, or what?
I mean, it's pretty fresh. It's pretty fresh right now. For some of us, more than others, maybe.
Hey, Jack said he needs some time to think about Adam Resurrected.
Yeah,
It's like
that
that-
one. It's a lot to grapple with.
Yeah. Okay, let's do.
So let's do the fun robot
yeah,
movie
yeah.
first.
So usually what we do is whoever recommended the movie just like have an opening, just like why you chose the movie, and I don't know what your opening thoughts on it.
So this is one I've lived with quite some time. And one of the first things I got into as a kid when I was expanding out into classic movies beyond the steady drip-fed diet of DreamWorks movies and all that. Yeah, like basically everything everyone born after the turn of the millennium remembers from their child. When you're finding your own lay of the land, so to speak. The big outlet for me was TCM. And the first thing I
Nice,
remember
yeah.
discovering was old classic sci-fi movies, and this one chief among them. It's a movie that I think has informed my general approach and attitude toward this genre and this whole scheme of fiction. And it appeals to a lot of my aesthetic preferences and sensibilities in a way that I find really charming, surprisingly forward-thinking, considering how old it is now. And generally, it's one that I can always rely on being a fun time to like throw on the stack with friends. Like, yeah, this is a good party background movie. You got the Wally, like those giant matte paintings.
Yeah.
And Robbie running around, and also our liquored up space cadet, which I'm sure we're gonna get into later. It's a real. I think charming is the best way to put it. I've always had a soft spot for kitsch and for the bizarre, and this is probably that operating at its peak in the pop level of this era of filmmaking.
How many times have you seen this movie?
I saw it once in middle school, once in high school. Probably 3 times in high school, actually, now I'm thinking about it. Once a couple years ago, around the same time, actually, I was in production on my thesis, and I was talking with my DP, TP, and they said they hadn't seen Forbidden Planet yet. I'm like, okay, I know what we're doing tonight. We did a double bill of that and Richard Linklater's Apollo 10.5. Good night, really good night. Peak vibes.
Speaking of what, you said you got Waking Life from Zia? Is that what
I
you
did
said?
pick it
Yeah.
up from Zia.
Fuck yeah, nice.
I was
Love
going
that
through the
movie.
garage sale. I had some stuff I didn't get rid of. I'm like, okay, maybe they'll take it. I think I got like $35, $45 in store credits for this. So
Wow.
picked that up, picked up a couple books, and chief among them, a record I have been looking for quite some time. Stereolab's Dots and Loops. Outer
you know what that
Space
is?
Lounge
You know that
music.
record?
It's the green one, no?
Yep, it is the green one.
Yeah,
Correct.
You listened to it?
Yeah, I have. Jalen has it on record.
Oh, okay, all right.
Nice. Expanded edition or the main album?
The expanded, the dots and loops.
Stereolab.
Mhm. I don't know their names. I just know like it's the colors. It's like the green one, the brown one, the orange one, the yellow one.
Okay.
I think, let me guess, the brown one is using my amazing Professor X powers. Emperor Tomato Ketchup?
Nah.
Is it the one?
Emperor Tomato Ketchup.
I'll probably Google it later
Yeah.
once we're off.
It's
we're off
the
air.
brown and orange one. It's what's it called? Co-
Who
Whatever the
brought
fuck.
these?
I did.
Can I, I'm
Help
assuming-
yourself, yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I fucking, dude, I love these kinds of
Isn't
cookies.
that
Yeah,
weird?
you can finish it.
I just bought those.
Yeah, Kate just got these, and I was like, oh my god, dude.
Would you watch? Would
peculiar.
you watch more TCM or more AMC
These
growing
cookies
up?
are my soulmate.
The funny thing is, I started out with AMC mainly, and there was one thing that really stuck in my craw whenever I did it. Whenever they cut shit out of movies. Because it was always annoying, like, oh, you had to cut that scene. Or you couldn't just let a guy say fuck one time. Me not knowing standards and practices for television at the time.
Yeah.
We're talking about very young me here, not the brightest exactly. But the other thing was, I noticed that TCM had a broader variety of programming. Like, yeah, you could come in and catch some Bogart movies. Maybe you could catch a big widescreen epic from into the 50s and 60s. Other nights they show stuff like heavy metal, like, which, by the way, while
Let's
I'm
go.
here, R.I.P. TCM Underground. I miss it dearly. They were the best.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
And then it was IFC, which that was how I discovered mostly like Three Stooges reruns at first. And then anything is the weird thing about them was they function like a standard cable network, commercial breaks and scheduled air times, but they never cut for content. And they would work in like naturally. You don't. It's not the whole Tubi thing where just we'll just throw them in whenever, regardless if someone's like in the middle of a sentence, which has happened to me on more than one occasion.
Do you remember AMC Fear Fest?
I do
Yeah.
remember AMC Fear Fest. think that got bought out by Fear. Which horror site bought that out? Was it Bloody Disgusting or Fear?
Well, I think they still do it. I think they still do it to like a, I don't know, what feels like a lamer extent. But
does anyone remember El Rey, the cable network Robert Rodriguez had?
Yeah, they would have all the the Shaw Brothers movies. That would be fun watches. I was watching with my dad. Remember he had like an interview show too, where
with the directors.
Yeah.
I remember I watched the John Carpenter one a lot when I was a teenager.
Yeah, the director's chair is what it was called.
Robert Rodriguez was talking to John Carpenter.
Yeah, he would just like interview his director friends. So he has like a Tarantino episode, John Carpenter.
Wasn't there an
Guillermo
Eli
del Toro.
Roth one too?
Yeah.
Wow.
Was there a show like back from like that, or like I guess like late 2000s, early 2010s called Masters of Horror?
There, mid 2000s, yes.
Okay.
Carpenter did 2 episodes of that. That Pro Life and Cigarette Burns.
I've only seen the Toby Hooper one.
Have any of you seen the Takashi Miike one?
So wait, was it?
That'd be fun.
Was it
oh,
like?
I got a funny story about this. That one was so nasty that it had to be cut from television and just released straight to DVD. Like they couldn't air it, not even on Showtime.
Was it because he made that movie Three Extremes? He like made a short. Was Masters of Horror like? Would they interview the directors too, or was it just them like making a short basically?
It's basically just them making an hour-long short film.
Gotcha.
And film for it on a much more truncated production schedule. It was born out of these dinners that a lot of like the legends of the industry. It was Carpenter, Romero, Cronenberg was a regular for a while. It gradually shifted until Carpenter kind of stepped back from the whole thing to like younger and younger generations of filmmaker. Whereas Eli Roth is known for attending them now, as he is in most horror-related things. Kind of strange how he just became the face of horror for a generation, isn't it?
A little bit, yeah.
He directed that fucking Clock movie with Jack Black.
The House with the Cock in its balls.
Yeah.
I mean, clock in its balls. Fuck.
Cock in its balls.
One of the great Photoshop legends of 2017 to 2018
Yeah.
Twitter.
Yeah. What'd you think of Forbidden Planet, Elijah?
I'm not gonna lie. It was I started it last night. I started a bit too late. I started at like 10, and my bedtime.
Oh man. Why
My
would you
bedtime
do
was
that?
about 11:30, and it got me. It got me.
What part got
you? After she comes out of the lake, or the.
I feel like that'd be the part you'd pay
He
the most
shoots-
attention to.
Nah, I paid attention to
Oh,
that. and
hello.
then-
What's this?
Dude, I just rewatched the Zia Pix edit that we did, and you're like, Don John. You're like, I think I like this movie because I like Boogie Nights, and I like Boogie Nights because I like porn. I don't think it was that exact wording, but it was like, you get the idea.
No, you were close.
Yeah,
you were
yeah,
close.
yeah.
I mean, not a reason I'd begrudge you for liking that movie.
I feel like it's definitely like a genre of movie where, I guess now, for me, like I know I kind of to enjoy it more. It's kind of something like I'm in the mood for watching kind of like a 50s like sci-fi sort of movie, or a movie of like that specific sort of genre. Otherwise, it's kind of like I think there is a lot to appreciate about it.
It's funny that like 50s has to be grouped into that genre. It's like not just science fiction; it's 50s.
Specifically,
It's-
atomic age paranoia.
Yeah.
Like, it's funny how you can really divide these up into thematic, things like 50s Cold War era, like atomic paranoia. This is where you get your giant monster movies, your alien movies. Then the 60s starts to get headier and more cerebral. Mostly later in the decade, but there were earlier examples.
What were you gonna say?
Sorry, I was done.
No,
I
you're
was-
good. You're good.
I literally
I don't know what
spaced out
happened.
mid-thought. It's the damnedest thing.
You're all good. I was like just watching it right here though. I realized like, oh, this is like a communist movie. It took me like the whole movie to realize. Did you guys think about that while watching it? Like,
No, not at all. Actually, this
Yeah,
is
no.
new to me. I'd love to hear your theory.
did you guys not think of that? Did you guys think of that?
I didn't. No.
Did you think about that?
Yeah, slightly more towards the end though. Once it starts talking about like this collective mind and things like that.
I
But-
guess. Well, that it wasn't even that got me. The monster was red.
You're fucking crazy. Sorry, I peeked, but that's so funny.
Gee, I wonder if there was a more subtle way to say better dead than red.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Even just the way I don't know. I never really met a communist like
Yeah.
that.
I feel like it's almost like
I've met a couple.
I feel like it's almost
Mostly
like
in bars.
like
Interesting
an
characters, to say the least.
anti Cold War movie because it's like about this invisible monster and it's like all just in your mind and shit. It's like he has to like basically. Well, I mean, in the movie he dies, but I mean, you know, they're basically telling the audience like, oh, kill those invisible monsters.
The invisible monsters in your head.
Yeah.
It's it was more like when I saw him, I was like, I feel like whoever didn't like communists, this is what they think a communist would look like.
Mm.
And the guy who's not a communist looks like Leslie Nielsen.
Okay, so what are your thoughts, Elwood,
And
On
for
what?
on Forbidden Planet?
On Forbidden
Unless are
Planet?
you kind of done with your opening statement? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
I never saw it before. I thought that I got the robots mixed up because there's the other robot from Lost in Space.
Mm.
The
Shit, he does look like him.
Danger-Will Robinson. So I thought that was the same one, but then when I watched the movie, I realized it wasn't. So my excitement kind of went really down. He didn't say the line, but he never said the line. So
Yeah.
Did the excitement go up
So
when he
that's-
made like
that's-
60,000 gallons of liquor?
no, I just thought like I wonder if he has a concept of like
Mm.
like age, like if a teenager asked him to do it, would he still do it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But if
like would he like?
what if he brought him like a shitload of Bjork CDs,
Oh my god, bro!
but it's all the same album?
I wonder if he has like a cum bucket.
That said, though, which Bjork CD would he clone? Is it all
Um,
debut? Is it all post?
That's an old question.
Because if it's post, then I'm happy. I'm just gonna say that right now. Hyper ballad,
No,
perfect
it would,
song.
It would just be a bunch of copies of the Dancer in the Dark soundtrack.
Bruh.
He'd be like, "I love this movie."
Lars von Trier truce.
Yeah.
But when I watching the movie, it's I didn't really like it that much, but I could see how a lot of it would. I can see it in a lot of other shit. Like I can see in like Star Trek. It's like 10 years before Star Trek came out,
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
and just in the costumes and the set design, it really is like I can see every sci-fi movie and show after this like taking from it.
Mhm.
But that being said, I was like, man, this shit. I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was lame. Like the whole time, I was like, man, I'm not having a fun time here.
Dang.
My bad.
Is it
Figured.
just because they're all white? Is that why?
No, the robot was black.
Or is he more of a metallic gray? That's a bit more of a. I think it's a little more open to debate
is,
there.
he is more of a metallic
He's
gray.
like-
you dumbass.
Wait, does that
Right.
mean he's a?
Light
Does
skin.
that technically
He's
mean he's
light
like mixed race or something?
Well, yeah, his father's white.
Huh?
Anyways. Anyways.
Jar Jar Binks says light skinned robot.
Let's go. Mhm.
Jake
Light
Cole's a
skin
light-skinned
robot.
Drake's a light-skinned robot.
Jalen, can you say something
For real
else in the
though.
chat?
For real.
Can you say something
The
else
Sprite
in the chat?
commercial.
But he's
Yo,
a different variant of one. Eventually, they graduated from Robbie the Robots to Terminators, so that's where that ended up.
Drake is like an iRobot.
Loki.
I thought the Alan Tudyk bot.
That is facts.
I don't know which one's creepier, him being a Terminator or him being that. There's
I
a solid
imagine-
argument in both directions.
Yeah.
What if we remade iRobot, but instead of Will Smith, it's Drake?
That'd be
It's
fucking
Kanye
hard.
versus Drake.
Instead of RoboCop versus the Terminator, it's
No, we,
that.
we gotta have Drake is in iRobot and then Kanye's in I Am Legend.
And the opening is literally like in like tasteful white text over black screen,
Yeah.
and then instantly cuts to a wide shot, and bam, you are hit with "I Am a God" just playing on a loop. But he's just wandering. It's all one take going on for like 10 minutes.
But then we remake After Earth with both of them.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Which one's playing Jaden?
Drake,
of
Drake for
course,
sure.
bro.
Drake
But,
for
what do you think,
show.
Anthony?
Love show.
I thought this movie was neat. I'll be honest. I respected the movie more than I guess I enjoyed it, and kind of what both Jack and Elwood said. I thought it was very charming. Honestly, I thought that the sort of design of the film, not even just the effects, but like just the whole concept. Like even at the end with like the sort of like. I don't know what the viewing thing they used, like the heat signature viewing thing. Like I liked
Oh,
how
yeah.
all of those, and even the sets. I thought the sets are pretty impressive for the time, and so I enjoyed it on that aspect. But I guess with my sort of my 21st century brain, it's a little slow. But there's nothing wrong with that. More than anything, maybe slow is the wrong word. Maybe more meditative. Like it feels.
I think slow is fair. I mean, the thing, I get this. Trust me, this was a thing for me when I was younger, too, is the thing I remember thinking is you got to adjust your expectations for pace. And it's little things that affect it. It's like we're in music only showing up for like quick stings and cues, so it feels like the scenes are a little more when that bleeds into how you interpret the time. Or in time passing, shots go on for longer. Of course, title cards depending on how far back you go.
Would you mind, Jack, scooching a little closer to Anthony?
Sure.
You're leaving the frame a little bit.
Sorry.
No, you're all good.
Oh, it's an Iggy Pop
There we go.
shirt.
Hey,
That's really cool.
gotta love Iggy. Good.
I'll be honest. I do have a little bit of a blind spot in sort of like mid 20th century American cinema. Like I'm not like inherently drawn to that time in movies. So I can't really speak in terms of the context of it. But I like Elwood said, I do see this as a film that like people would see and be very influenced by, and I do think it's for the time executed pretty well. We watched the ending all together right now.
Yeah,
and,
I came in late. In traffic was a nightmare this time.
Oh no, I can imagine. But Elwood was very bothered by the music, and I want to say.
Were you really?
I wouldn't say I was very.
Wow.
It was in the same cohort of Elwood there, but it's definitely very like a very strong choice. Like that's the best way I could describe
Dude,
it.
that one part where they wake up and it's like the alarm is just like it's like and then it seems like there's like it like goes red, but it's like not like a light. It almost seems like they colored it to
Like a
like
tint?
go red. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was kind of funny.
Might have been a little like tinting they did on the actual physical lens. There's a lot of optical
Oh,
work
okay,
in this.
yeah.
What I did notice this time, though, watching it at the end, was in terms of a directing standpoint, really great blocking. Like it would start on like a medium of someone and pull out into a wide, and everyone staged perfectly. You know, so
There were some kind of longer takes.
Yeah.
I was kind of impressed by that.
and part of it too is I do feel like that was just like of the time. Like I would bet that the average shot length of movies at that time was just a little bit longer, but so with that in mind, having the camera move and stage things in a particular way, I found impressive.
I think it's that. I also think it's the angles. Like when I was mentioning the map paintings earlier, like when they first walk into like the underground cavern that powers anything, there's like high up, like almost Cohen, like Gilliam level exaggeration of the scale.
Yeah.
There, it's. I think that's what helps sell it past the primitive charm of it, because obviously we've seen stuff more technically advanced than this, but sometimes you need to push that extra bit further.
Yeah.
Stuff like this almost makes me get why people venerate the digital era for Michael Mann, like pre-Ferrari, pre-Tokyo Vice digital Michael Mann, where there's something about the look of that thing that I just bounce off of intrinsically, even in the ones I like Collateral. Well, which I actually think on balance handles it better since that's balancing that with traditional film stocks. But it's that weird disconnect of I can tell this is pushing something forward, but I can also see that eventually this is going to be a mark of its time. And I always preferred of its time to date it, if I'm being honest, because you can still get it like half right and still make something worthwhile.
Yeah.
I mean that's why we still have Blade Runner, even though Atari's still not around, and neither is Pan Am.
I think that was definitely one of the aspects that like impressed me or did the complete opposite when I was watching it. Like obviously when they go under the cave, like that was pretty impressive. But like I don't know, there's one part where they land there and they're like, oh, there's something coming in the distance, and it just looks like just a bunch of smoke. You know, it doesn't look like it's supposed to be like a car or whatever it is, like going really fast through the desert, like Star Wars style. But it just looks like they have like a little smoke kind of going.
I liked the little footprints that they rig under the sand.
That was pretty cool.
It's
That
like
was cool.
I'm imagining it's like some sort of pulley system where I'm like, okay, everything's flat right here, but once we get rolling, pull this on these exact marks.
And then the
Okay.
steps, for the
That was
stairs.
really
Yeah.
cool.
That was cool.
Or the jump cuts for the shutters that we see in the opening.
Yeah. There was one I caught, but until you said it on that one, I didn't notice it.
Which one?
The jump cuts where like the doors are closing, or like it's like the windows closing.
The only one I could really tell
Oh, yeah.
was the when like the film stock would change, or like just the camera setting changed because one of them was like tinted green and stuff like that.
You could kind of, it just had like that Gumby sort of feeling to it, you know. It's just like
I was also thinking like Jerry Anderson and like early Harryhausen too.
let's go. Hell yeah.
Especially Jerry Anderson with some of the puppet work on the
Ooh, what is that? Ooh.
Got some butter cookies.
Ooh, give me one.
those butter cookies are great. I remember I was actually over here a few days ago with Anthony and Gate.
Do you have
We're
any-
engaged to watch something for an upcoming short we're doing. Whether or not I can disclose that is up to you. But
Stay
suffice to
tuned.
say, I think I ate like half that bag.
Do you have any thoughts, Kate?
switch over here. I thought I wouldn't like it. I even asked my family to watch it with me because I thought I'd be bored, but it was pretty exciting. I knew before going into it that the special effects were going to be pretty insane, but it was still pretty. It was surprising.
They're better than like 2001.
Really? Now there is a take I haven't heard before. I'd love to hear you out, man.
No, I don't know about that, but
no, elaborate.
No, bro.
Yeah, come on.
Honestly, because I kind of agree
You
with.
threw it out there. You
Stand on
gotta
it,
back
bro.
it up, man.
That's a hot take. That's a genuinely hot take that we have here on this podcast.
Bro, stand
It's-
on some business.
it's hot because it's
All right, we
right.
just totally hijacked Kate's thought. I'm sorry, Kate. Continue.
No. I don't know. Costumes were pretty dope. Jack said something before the podcast started, and he said the movie's a little Freudian. And I was thinking, like, they wouldn't even address this question still, but even between a father and a daughter, right? Okay, there was definitely a couple things, like when
Yeah.
he grabbed
I mean,
her
the main
waist or
monster's
something.
called
I was
Kid,
like,
right?
Oh my god.
yeah.
dude.
But yeah, it's like they didn't really ask the question of. I don't even want to ask the question.
I wanted to say, so you know how like that one guy does she understand the concept of like kissing and shit, or
No.
does that guy?
No.
So the guy teaches it,
She
right?
learns
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
does she have the concept of like sex?
No, I
No.
don't think she knows what that
No.
is. Well,
I
so
mean,
it's
No
weird
way.
because her father is like pretty. Like she explains that whole situation, and all he says to her is, "Well, you don't have to see that guy again, I guess, if you don't want to." So he seems like maybe he would have like taught her. I don't know.
Like he's clearly
He didn't seem against sex necessarily.
paranoid and insane, but I respect you. Go off into the world and discover all the joys of life.
Yeah, he was a pretty cool guy.
The
He was
ones
a
that
cool
I
guy.
don't feel comfortable talking with you.
Yeah. That was weird. That part was weird because that same guy was like, obviously not for real, but he was like warning her about the commander.
Yeah,
Um,
that part was so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Oh my
it
God,
was
that
a
was
funny
hilarious.
movie. That shit was really
I think
funny.
a lot of it is pretty knowing. Like I mentioned, like Robbie cloning all the liquor earlier, but
That was
there-
great.
And I don't think it's like a winking, like parody kind of humor, more in a levity to break up the tension
Yeah.
Yeah.
kind of way. It helps keep a really sincere attitude to the thing that I think helps me look past some of the parts
Yeah.
that show its age. So
I
to
like
speak.
how they just kind of drop it when the commander and the girl start to like each other. Because before that's like he's like get out of here, you know, like to the guy who's making out with her. He's like get out of here, and he's like kind of pissed. And then later's like it's okay, man. She chose the right guy. It's like yo,
I mean,
fuck,
that's
this guy's a
50s
cuck,
gender
bro.
politics for you.
And then he also just like low key, like he just hella slut shames her.
Yeah.
He's like, why the fuck would you go out with him, dog?
Again,
He's like, you can't be
50s
kissing
gender
everybody.
politics.
No, for real. And then like he mentions that, so it's like, was she hella like sleeping around like low key?
She a little thought.
Yeah, there's a part where they say that. There's a part where they say like
With
like
who though?
Yeah, like you
What do you
kissed.
mean with who?
They
What
say-
do you-
I mean, before when the guys show up
She
on
says-
the planet.
Oh.
It's kind of like Marilyn Monroe-esque. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's like, you know, it's
It-
like, then why do all the men kiss me?
yeah.
And he's like, what?
Bro, dude,
But
we
yeah,
had to do a
he
double
goes to
take.
see her, and she's like, what, like, naked? She's swimming naked, and then
Yeah.
There's a
they
lot of skinny
embrace.
dipping in this. It's weird.
Bro,
But
this-
she steps out of the pool, and she's like
Then
wearing
she,
something.
like,
She's wearing like a
her hair
dress.
is also dry when she gets out.
And I think this is
It's like
why
low-key
it has
She's a
to-
dry
really
as
good
fuck. Her
swimmer,
hair is
Robbie.
dry. What's that?
She's a really good swimmer. She didn't have
What the fuck?
Well, maybe water works differently on the planet.
Yeah,
Maybe water isn't wet.
Dude, maybe I'm just
I
not like
mean-
imaginative enough to like really understand this movie.
I mean,
I
getting
don't know.
piss drunk doesn't leave you the hangover in this universe. Anything possible here.
Oh yeah, yeah,
that was so cool,
That's
dude.
true.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know if I got drunk. 'cause
Do you know what the budget was, Jack? By chance?
Not offhand, but I can look it up really quick. I think it was like, I mean, granted, you have to adjust for inflation. Like,
exactly,
further back
exactly.
you go, like the less expensive it looks to us now. Like we're used to like 9-figure budgets, like advertising on ESPN, just constant like omnipresence. This is a little more.
I only watch
spread out.
Backcountry TV.
That's fucking good.
I want my backcountry TV. And the budget, drum roll, please. If Wikipedia wants to get
you wanna
along with me
guess it?
today. $1,968,000.
That's a
adjusted
lot.
for inflation.
That's
or for back then?
crazy.
Box office gross, at least according to Wikipedia again, so take a grain with salt. $2,765,000.
How much do you think went into that one scene where they go? I don't even know what they do. They're like, they look at the mind device, and then he takes them further into the lab. That part seemed crazy.
That's a great
Yeah.
shot. Yeah, looking deep into
Yeah.
it.
I like when they go in like that air conditioning looking thing that has like all the floors and stuff like that, and they
Yeah.
look really small. That was really cool.
I have to imagine the red lightning monster stuff to ate up a majority of the budget
Yeah.
because if memory serves, they got Disney animators to work on that for the optical effects.
Honestly, I think one of the more impressive ones was the door as it's melting. It's like, how the fuck did they do that? Like, actually, like, were they actually melting that much metal, or what the fuck were they doing?
It was actually made out of chocolate.
Maybe rubber. Could be
Maybe
rubber.
Oh, yeah,
it
true,
probably
yeah.
was rubber.
Yeah.
I like the the visual effects were really cool. I like because a lot of the stuff when it's like the Ys and stuff like that, it really has a sense of like exploration, like wonder. Like when it's like the and shit like that. Those parts reminded me of Star
Sense of
Trek and shit.
wonder.
Like those, like just how like I guess meditative it was. But man, I wish.
More about exploration than combat. I'd say.
But then again, I also wish that like there was more exploration. Like they kind of just walked around for a little bit, and they were like, yeah, and then this
Yeah,
is another area.
There's literally only like 2 locations they really
Yeah,
go
but
back
then
and forth
they
from.
spend like 5 minutes like almost. I feel it feels long as fuck to me, but the part when like they're talking about the machine that like makes the people, and then like the machine that has the history and shit like that.
You don't like that part?
It's just so long, and because then
Dude,
like
I
the camera
love
like
that part.
the
bro.
camera like moves over too,
Yeah.
and it's just like bro.
Dude's mad smart. He's like, I have an IQ of 160.
I have a recorded cube of 168,
And now
I
I'm just
can
picturing
barely
one of
move
them
it.
going in and putting the thing on. It scans
Yeah.
a little bit, and it says, "I got an IQ of 67."
That's like, that's like, no,
That's
like
unfortunate.
yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah.
How'd you guys?
It's the "I got a rock" effect.
How'd you guys like the dialogue? What'd you guys think of it?
Like if I closed my eyes, I would have imagined every character doing it with like you know like the rock face with like one
Yeah.
eyebrow up, like that. That's just how the delivery was. Like it was just very clever.
How meta.
I remember.
Reddit soy facing. Wait, how does it go? It's like,
yeah.
There's that part where they're explaining how the wall's made out of like what was the name of that planet? Care. What was the name of the planet?
I don't remember.
KRS.
Kara.
Altair or something.
Altair. They're like talking about how like the wall's made out of like molecules that are like stretched like a lot further apart or something like that. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, some shit like that.
Is that real? Is that physics?
Bro,
I don't think that's.
It's literally on the Forbidden Planet.
Why is it called the Forbidden Planet? Why do you think so, Jack?
So one of the big things everyone talks about with this movie is how it's a loose adaptation of Shakespeare's The Tempest.
Yeah.
But it's odd because there's a Tempest without a Tempest. It's really, in this case, it's like when they adapted Rendantalolo's White Noise when Noah Baumbach did it a couple years ago, where one of the big details everyone in the book mentions is the most photographed barn in America. The movie, no mention. But, and I think it was David Ehrlich who pointed this out, was it's not really needed because the movie itself is the barn. In this case, the planet is the Tempest. And is where I'd go with that analogy. It tries to inhabit an idea as a sort of location.
Oh
What's
my
the
God.
Tempest about?
I was gonna ask the same question, but first, Jack. Sorry, not Jack. Gabe says, "Is that Jacksepticeye?" Eye?"
No, Jacksepticeye.
I mean, I am Irish.
That's what I said.
Part Irish.
Top of the morning to you.
All
German's
right.
the other.
Top of the morning to you.
Could we get a Tempest explanation?
Yes, please.
I'm not the best person.
All right. We need your
It's
help.
been a
Kate.
while since I've
Elwood?
read some of my
All I know
Shakespeare,
is
to be
not in
honest.
Forbidden Planet.
Jamie, we need you on this.
I read it in high
it up, Jamie.
school. I think isn't it like sailors like come to this island and it's basically like the Forbidden Planet. It's like this whole new shit. But like
Bunch
and
of
they're like-
pirate ships.
There's like
it's
a
like
red.
actually no, it's like Journey to the Mysterious Island with The Rock,
Bruh.
where they like because they get there and they're like it's like a whole like it's like a king and like his daughter. Honestly, I don't really remember the play like that. I just remember reading it and I didn't like it. And then when I heard that this movie was like Tempest,
That set a bar that colored the rest of
Damn,
the
I
proceedings,
was
I
like,
imagine.
man, this shit.
I guess you could look at it as a precursor to Hearts of Darkness inspiring Apocalypse Now from a certain point of view.
Yeah.
but that was good.
Yeah, no, Apocalypse Now is fire as fuck.
I mean, I wouldn't argue this is better than Apocalypse Now, but I'd still say it's good in its own right. Again, you got to adjust your expectations, review what you got, or got within its own things on its own terms. At least that's how I look at film.
What would you say is like? Oh, sorry.
I'm so sorry. Someone just said, "Can they see the chat?" Sorry.
Yeah.
No, they can't see the chat.
Who said that?
I can see the chat.
Wh-
Jizz.
Jizz? Jizz?
Yeah, Jizz
I think we attracted a fan of a different podcast.
Oh, what's the name?
The Elwood Hour.
It's JSM.
Somebody said, "Are you all disabled?" What's the name on that?
Well,
Jalen.
technically me, yes.
That's Jalen.
As Brock.
Brock said that.
Brock.
It's Brock.
Eddie Brock.
Anyways.
Do you know Brock, Jack?
No, I do not. It's fun to pretend it's the Venture Brothers guy.
Shout
Have
out
you-
for film fans.
Have you seen The Thing from Outer Space?
The
Has
Thing from
anybody
Another
seen that? Or,
The
yeah,
50s
yeah,
one.
yeah.
I have seen it. Yeah, it's been a while. That was also another one of the 50s classics I saw in high school. In high school, I'd seen the Carpenter version by that point. Unfortunately, I have seen the prequel. I mean, fuck it, I'm gonna call it a remake. It's a fucking remake. Remake. It's literally just beat for beat the thing, but with one woman at it because someone had a sausage fest in a script rewrite right at one point. But that's neither here nor there. The original Howard Hawks produced one, I like a lot. But I also this is the one where I kind of bounce off the limitations of the time. And not just like could special effects at the time do it, but also just the sheer bleakness of that original John Campbell story. Or I think Carpenter sticks to that a little more and ends up finding new in the process. Ironically, in doing a more faithful adaptation, you get a more individual approach.
Yeah.
By the end.
Yeah. I think one thing.
I find it charming though. Vegetable monsters are always fun.
Let's fucking go. I think one of the things about the movie that, like, I don't think it's not as necessarily as entertaining as it could be, but I feel like just given the age of it, it's, like, impossible for me to, like, get lost in the movie. Like, just, like, given everything that's come out since then, it's, like, I just don't have I feel like I just don't have the ability to really get lost in it. But, like, you know, the whole time you're really, I'm almost thinking about just, like, how they made it. But, like, I like what they did with the script, like, the reveal. Like, I genuinely like the idea of, like, oh, it's like a monster from the id. It's a little bit, you know, like they don't really bother to try to really explain it, but like just getting the idea across that that's what that is like that. I thought it was gonna be like some Twilight, not even Twilight, like just some answer that was gonna be in the realm of like a 50s movie, you know, like they're gonna explain it, you know, it's like, oh, it came from a test tube and blah 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 blah, and this is what killed the crow, and it's like just the answer they gave for it I thought was interesting.
I feel like a lot of that subtext is really just garnish in this one, where if you look around, there are films that more directly tie the themes into it, like Day the Earth Stood Still, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, really any version, but specifically the original. Well, in fact, I think that was one of Sam Peckinpah's first AD gigs when he was starting out in the industry. Don Siegel was his mentor.
Oh wow.
Makes sense. Both were very fond of westerns. Them cowboy pictures.
It's six.
Are you a Zinn fan, Jack?
You
Never
fuck
tried
with
'em.
Zins?
You're like
Yo.
Decker gum cushions. Upper Decker.
This person says, "Is this being held in a basement?" And they said, "Bruh, they're in wheelchairs. How do you think they got?"
I mean, basement, garage. It's kind of a toss-up.
Somebody call 911. All right, what are they saying?
I've been held in this basement for 90 days.
All right,
No food,
The rest
no
of it,
water.
Yeah.
For the love of God, help us all.
Sorry, say it again.
just being weirdos.
What else they say?
They said, "Ayo, switch back to the chick. As Brock, chill, bro."
You realize the chick is the one controlling the monitors,
Yeah,
right?
that's why I don't have my own seat. I'm a camera switcher.
She is the eye in the sky.
Let's go.
They said that was fucked up. They said that was sexist. I don't have my own seat.
She actually has like the best seat in the room.
Let's go.
Bro
Yeah,
thinks,
low key.
Bro thinks Jalen. Bro thinks he's for women. Speak horny, get the Glock. Oh my god.
Oh boy.
What we were talking
I was talking about
movie.
I was talking about the monster.
Oh, I like the ideas in this. Like, I like the idea of like the film, and I like, I guess,
Yeah.
the concept of the end and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And I think the biggest thing when I watched it with Jalen was, it almost feels like this movie should have been remade by now. Like I know I read that like there's been like a lot of projects like it got picked up and it got like shelved and
It kind of reminded me of Alien You know, like
Kind
going
of.
to a planet and
I mean,
with
the
a crew
setup's
of
very
people.
alien.
Yeah,
I mean, it
exactly.
is a distress beacon that brings them over.
Yeah,
But-
so it's
but-
kind of generic at this point. You know, like if you remade it, you have to just rethink the fuck out of it to
I
get
g-
to that ending.
I guess it's more like it just feels like something that like the themes and ideas are just interesting enough that I feel like because I guess at one point James Cameron was attached to make like a Forbidden Planet like I guess like remake or whatever.
Huh.
And just
How long ago was that?
that was like around the 90s.
Okay, yeah.
And it just honest the whole time I was like, man, I just wish someone else would have made this. Like I wish I was just watching like the newer, better version of this. Not saying I think I've been a little too harsh on it. It's not that bad.
Elwood only watches remakes of classic films.
Yeah.
His favorite film of 2022 was The West Side Story, directed by Steven
fucking
Spielberg.
And I'm really my most anticipated film for this year is The Crow.
Fuck!
They're dumping
Dude.
that thing in August. They got no faith in
Dude,
it.
that fucking trailer pisses me off so much, dude. Oh my god.
Who is it? Is it Bill Skarsgård?
Yeah.
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 And
Dude.
FKA Twigs.
Who?
FKA Twigs.
Who's that?
What?
How do you don't look? I'm not even that caught up on new music, and I know who FKA
She's
Twigs
a
is.
she's a musician, but you probably only know her because Shia LaBeouf dated her and then beat her.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'll back you up. I don't know either.
What sort of music is it? Is it?
What kind
It's
of?
like electronic house music.
Would like a trip hop type thing be an
Yeah.
accurate
Yeah.
summation?
Yeah.
Is it a little like shoegazy?
Not really. It's a lot quieter in the production. It's not, from what I remember. This is like one album I heard like 3-4 years ago at this point.
Okay.
I remember it being a lot spacier. Like there isn't as much noise reverberating as it. There's a lot of empty, quiet space in between the notes.
Okay.
What's the chat saying, bro?
Yeah,
Dude, they're going off, but they're kind of trolling.
I'll just read it. I like.
Okay, all right. We said backflip on the table for a sub. Ephesians 4:14. Can y'all give me your honest opinion on the movie The Master of Disguise?
Oh, yo.
Dreadful.
Fire.
Fucking dreadful.
Fucking fire.
Just
What year is that movie?
turtle time.
2002.
It was filmed during
you know
9/11.
this. You know the story. I was just about to bring up the
You guys
9/11.
are like the same people, but opposite opinion.
Nah.
Well, it's simple. Here's how you make the distinction. One of us looks like Jonah Hill in Superbad, and the other looks like Michael Cera with a beard. And shitty glasses.
Oh man.
One's retarded and one has autism.
All right. What else
I
are
know
they
I
saying?
shouldn't
What else
laugh
are
at
they
that.
what else are they saying?
Damn.
What else are they saying? in
They
the chat?
said, "Yo, female Jamie, pull it up."
Let's go.
Oh no.
Is that it?
When you guys poop, does your poop stand vertically sticking up in the water like the Eiffel Tower?
Mine swirls perfectly like at Yogurtland.
Damn, let me get the.
Somebody said backflip.
Let me get the right voice for this.
Backflip on the table for a sub.
Mine's
Can you
dunk in
backflip
the
on table
water,
for a sub?
and then gradually they'll curve underneath the bowl, and then rise up horizontally. Like you know the opening of Evil Dead Rise where the title's just crawling up like that. That's how it moves. My biology is horrifying.
Is there any different chat on the YouTube stream?
No.
Okay.
And then the last thing they said is, "What kind of music do you guys listen to?" That's for the
Fuck,
other
yeah, what
podcast.
the fuck? Yeah, I mean.
Do we want to
You're
get
on
into
the-
it? I mean,
you're
I'm
on
No,
the-
down.
no,
Tom
no,
Stream,
we
dog.
were on time restraint. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
he
you
said, "I'll write a song about you guys. My artist name is Asbrock." That'd be really cool.
Oh yeah. Send us the Instagram at. We'll follow. I'll follow you.
Fuck yeah.
Send us the Instagram at. Or we could send a link and we can look at it on the computer right now.
I listen to Antonin Dvorak.
Let's go.
I listen to a lot of Iggy Pop and Scott Walker and Todd Rundgren. There's other shit, but it would be like, I don't know, 3 times the long we're supposed to go. But I digress.
I only listen to Lily Choo Choo.
You are so.
Oh, we got a link.
My
Let's go.
record collection consists of 145.
I listen only to like Limp Bizkit and shit. You know.
Oh, it's definitely self-advertising.
Yeah. Let's check it out. Let's just check it out.
Self-promo.
Let's just check it out. Let's just check.
Yo,
let's
take
check
the
it
mic away from the guy in the red shirt. His opinions are invalid.
Damn.
We're not gonna do that.
ruining me.
We're not gonna do that.
As
all
Brock.
right,
Yeah. How many listens do you get?
He
you say?
got
He's got
No,
like
I
no
don't-
listen on any of his songs except for
Is
Bleed,
that song
45.
called Secretary?
Bleed Out. Yeah, play Bleed Out. That's got the most.
You want? Okay, sorry.
Let's go.
Cutting it over scenes of James Spader
What?
and Maggie Gyllenhaal just doing unspeakable things in an office.
I have the. I don't have the app open, unfortunately.
Hold on, sorry.
Asbrock.
Just find like their YouTube or something.
It pulled up a second ago. Open.
Wait, I got title. Are you on title?
You got title.
There we go. Nice.
Asbrock. What does
There we go.
Asbrock mean?
Whoa. I turned it down a tiny bit.
Got you.
wonder if it's an anagram of cobras, like just rearranging the letters and whatnot.
Cobras. Huh.
This is like some, like Mac DeMarco type shit. Oh, this is hella like Mac DeMarco.
He said you can use my login if you want.
What's this song about?
Dog,
Dude, we just
listen.
started it.
Oh, there's lyrics.
There we go. Oh, this is clearly about a girl
This
or a
is-
boy, or a boy.
Probably a boy.
Probably a boy.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright. We gotta get back to
It's
the
kind of
Bro,
like.
he's gonna copyright claim us.
It's kind of like what's that guy called? Joji.
A little bit like Joji, yeah.
Oh God, did he send a coffee pasta or
Yeah,
something?
what's
Let's
your
see what this guy's up
inspiration,
to.
Asbrock?
Asbrock, have you seen Forbidden Planet?
What are they saying in the chat?
This guy's a Marine, so be respectful. And then Jalen came in with, boo.
This guy's a
Womp
Marine.
womp.
Oh, is that Chazwell in the chat?
Men. Oh, Asbrock says.
Let's
men.
go. What's up, Chaz?
Shout out Chaz.
Wait, where?
Right
Oh,
there, up there.
shit.
Hi,
Sorry,
Chaz.
Chaz.
What'd he say?
He said, "Is this chat not working?"
Bruh. That's working.
I mean, we read it on air. We know it's working now.
Asbrock says, "Men are my inspiration."
Okay, so it was about a boy.
All right.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah, we're talking about your recommendation,
Right.
Forbidden Planet.
Wait, we were?
Yeah, we were.
I
yeah.
lost track of the
Yeah,
thread like
before that.
5 minutes ago.
So I mean, yeah, how could you shit on it so much, Elwood, if you liked what the script was trying to do?
Because I don't really like. Well, I was trying to say this earlier. I don't really like Shakespeare dialogue, and this movie's like built off of like. I
What's
guess,
wrong with Shakespeare dialogue?
I just can't get into it.
Funny.
It loses me. I just can't.
The funny thing is, I think the adaptation in regards to this was largely just the same like framework, and I think a lot of it, what you're bouncing off against, is mostly just exposition. Which I love this movie, but man, a lot of this is just wall to wall. Okay, here's how everything works. Any questions?
Yeah.
By the way, there will be a test.
Yeah.
It's like exploration, but it's like learning about Antarctica, but you're in a classroom in Las Vegas.
I think my favorite dialogue part was probably when the daughter comes in, and he's basically trying to cancel the commander. That's what I thought. It reminded me of just like people who get canceled in Vegas. Like that guy, you don't want to see what he does with women alone.
Don't be alone with him.
You see, it's like
Be alone with me.
you see that look in his eye. He's like, oh, I just saw it. That part was funny. Say it.
Say what?
You were like,
I was just thinking about the movie.
oh, okay. What the fuck? Elijah?
I like the matte paintings. I wish
Yeah.
I wish
Yeah.
there were more like matte paintings where it's like the people just look like really small.
Does
Those are
anybody
pretty cool.
do matte paintings anymore? Like, has there been like a
Digital, and it's all digital
Jack
now.
will.
It's
Jack
mostly
will.
just layering different plates that are done digitally.
Does
The
that
way-
does that piss you off that there's no more matte paintings?
Yes and no.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Because it's really what they mean is it's just there's a different way of doing it now.
Yeah.
And now because bear in mind a lot of these were literally just painted on set, and that's why the hours went as long as they do.
Sure. Yeah.
Do is you literally have like a sheet of glass
Yeah.
like expanding everything around.
Shitload
and
of
then
paint,
There's
too.
the set.
Yeah.
There. This was the opera way of doing it. I think until like the mid '90s. I think.
Yeah. Maybe.
I mean, the craftsmanship is undeniable there, and I think there is less of a spectacle now, and there is something worth mourning because when you don't have that physicality, it doesn't feel as handcrafted. I don't want to give it like, oh, it's all made in a computer unless it's AI shit, in which case, fuck off with that, like immediately. but it feels like, oh, I'm just used to this now. How looking at it, it's something like this that can feel refreshing. I think.
Nah, this movie would be like dope as fuck as like a Deftones edit.
This movie for
Yeah.
Forbidden Planet. Yeah.
Like all the giant like matte paintings and like the monster and shit, bro. You can't tell me the monster wouldn't go great to like,
Yo, you gotta have the edit start with the footprints.
bro.
It kind of makes me want to go back and not necessarily watch like science fiction movies, but like
Just
older
50s
sort of.
movies.
Yeah, or like even like Dracula.
Yeah.
Like Bela.
The Universal
Bela Lugosi.
monster movies are so good,
Ja-
man.
James
They're
Dean
fire.
movies.
Or like kind of random, I guess, but like Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein.
Oh, bro, I'll lend you my copy.
That's a
cool
fun
movie.
one. That's one. I haven't seen that in years.
Your grandpa likes that movie, right?
Yeah, my grandparents.
My
like,
grandpa. That's a grandpa movie.
Yeah.
That's a grandpa movie.
Makes total sense as a grandpa movie.
I think the thing is like for the time around like the same time like you said like the what's the one the thing is based off of it came from outer
Thing
space.
Go-
from outer space.
Who Goes There is the name of the short story. The thing from Another World is the title of the 50s movie.
Yeah, that movie, and then like the original Invasion of the Body Snatchers. It's like those movies, like they keep my attention. I really enjoy them, but I think just like for the time, like Forbidden Planet's like there, but it's like I guess it doesn't really grasp my attention as the other two really do. Especially Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I really like that movie.
It's not even like it's not a bad movie really, but it's just like I almost feel like a movie from that era that has like worse production value could almost be more entertaining to watch.
Yeah, in
Because
some ways.
Because it looks shitty.
I'd say
Kinda.
it's really just a matter of tone because you have your pulpy like comic book 50s sci-fi
Right.
movies like this, and It Came from Outer Space,
Mhm.
space, and then you have like the more serious, message-minded, like the speculative fiction kinds. What you were saying was operating in that Twilight Zone,
Yeah.
or in kind of or in paradigm. No, I'm like The Day the Earth Stood
Mm-hmm.
Still, and then you have the weird ones that kind of operate somewhere in between, but you don't really get till those until like the 1960s. Definitely a lot of the 70s. These two, like I think The Man Who Fell to Earth, the Nicholas Roeg film, which funny enough we just talked about in the podcast. Check us out at Warp Celluloid on Twitter.
All right, bro.
That was like all in the same breath.
Look, the comments are the only people who can do self promo here. I mean,
What is it called?
Warped Celluloid.
Warped-
With
where,
David
where
Bowie?
can they find it? Where can they find
Yeah,
it?
David Bowie.
Where can they find your podcast?
You can find it on Spotify, iTunes, basically most podcasting platforms.
Can I find it on YouTube?
I think most RSS feeds just automatically upload them to whatever platform's available.
Okay, yeah, hell yeah.
Is it on Audible?
Does Audible even do podcasts?
DistroKid.
Yes.
Okay, that one maybe. I was looking through the RSS feed the other day, and I think I saw that pop up.
But is it on Tidal?
Is there a backcountry Facebook page?
No.
There ain't a backcountry Twitter. I can tell you that from experience.
You mean an X?
I'm not calling it X. Fuck you, Elon.
Okay, I want to.
Bro, The Day the Earth Stood Still is so good. Like
The
both
old
of
one?
them. Nah, the old one and the new one. The new one's fire as fuck
With
too.
Keanu
With
Reeves?
The
Keanu
Scott
Reeves.
Derrickson one with Keanu Reeves?
My bad.
Yeah, bro.
God, I haven't thought about that movie in like 15
Scott
years.
Derrickson.
I
directed
Yeah,
remember
the
the
Sinister.
guy. Oh,
My-
wow.
Black Phone, Doctor Strange. Didn't he also do The Exorcism of Emily Rose?
Yeah.
Yo. Okay.
The copy I had of it as a kid was the Keanu Reeves one, but it also came with the original on the same disc.
Oh, damn, nice.
So it was like, man, that shit's so. Oh my god, it's like Forbidden Planet, but it's just badass.
All right. Dude, they're freaking out.
Whoa, okay.
Okay,
You're
first of
freaking
all,
out.
Ooh, this
it's
is gonna be
9
good.
p.m. I
Okay.
want to say, okay. There's a good question here. I'll save that for last. Chaswell says, bring back the map paintings.
Yep.
Asbrock wants to know what road we stole the 50 miles per hour sign from. He wants us to also play the drums. Jalen says, Yap City. Asbrock says, talk in a British accent for 5 minutes.
Fuck no.
We did drop your podcast name in the chat.
Hell yeah, let's go.
And then they said, read the comments or we riot. Thoughts on the Cybertruck? Read the comments or we take 60% of the viewership with us.
Yes, the notoriously fail-proof, like geniusly designed Cybertruck that doesn't have functioning
Oh.
speeding pedals, but I digress.
I'm so sorry. They also asked us, he said, we're just going to ignore my question. No, we're not. We want a quick rundown of what the podcast is. It's a film fans podcast.
What do you think it is?
James the First.
Scroll up. He said scroll up.
Scroll up.
Yeah,
Bro
what is it?
is
Bro is a-
demanding.
Yeah.
Patience, man.
Every now and then we get a random viewer comes in and they're just like, N-word, N-word, N-word. You guys look
They're just
stupid. Why are you wearing
hostile?
glasses? Yeah.
Sorry, that was
Well, James, all I can tell
Hang on,
you.
he's all tapping out of Xbox Live just to devote energy to this.
What was the question again that they asked?
They asked for a rundown of what the podcast is.
I mean, like, were you not paying attention, bro? I mean,
Wait, which one? Theirs or mine?
oh yeah. I think maybe maybe yours. Yeah.
Dog,
Okay.
it was back
it's the
before.
same
It was
thing.
way before.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Oh,
I've
yeah,
been reading the comments for a minute. I
one
just
to
want to
me.
let you guys talk about the movie.
We recommend movies and then we watch them and then we go live and we just talk about it. And we've done that for 43 episodes now.
For the film fans, James.
And we live stream it.
Just wanted some
Yes,
background,
the Kevin
not
Feige
being
playbook.
racist.
just want to. No. Okay, sorry. Yeah, that was a bit overkill. Sorry.
All right. I also want to ask this question from Chaswell. Out of the 2 movies y'all chose, what was the most interesting prop?
The dog.
A robot.
That's not a.
Fucking lore.
Would you count the robot as a prop or more of as a character?
That's like a costume, isn't that? That's like more of a
That-
costume.
Yeah.
Do you think someone was in that the whole time?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I had
This
to
is the
imagine
50s,
that.
bro.
I had to imagine, like, in between takes, that guy's just passing out and they have to make sure he doesn't die of heat
Do
stroke
you,
on the
do you
spot.
think like do you think like they cast him because he just walked like that, or
It would be interesting to
I
look
mean-
back on the credits and see who played the robot.
I mean, considering how much
Yeah.
tubing
If-
is
or if
around, like,
there's
the arms
multiple
and
people.
legs, I can't imagine the mobility inside that thing is that good, even if you're not.
maybe that's
Yeah,
just
the arms
the
were
way
literally just
anyone
like
walked.
that was like all you had for your arms.
It's literally, like, kept in a way that's, like, you're just. Like, that, I mean, that, like, your options are kind of limited there.
Yeah, but for actual prop, like an actual prop,
Hey,
I like
thank you,
the mind one, the IQ one, the IQ test. That was kind of cool. It's simple though.
I mentioned it before, but like they have like I don't know if it's a heat signature or whatever. It's like this big, almost gun-looking thing. That was cool. It looked fake.
Oh yeah, their ray guns too are they're funny.
Yeah.
I'd
That
like to
part where they're
offer-
shooting at the monster and they're just like,
They're just
yeah.
holding.
And the one guy goes, he's just like, he's feeling courageous. He's like,
And I like,
just like he's aiming way too high though. They're like that.
and they're
like,
holding it, like, stiffly. Like, no
Yeah.
one's really breaking up or running around. Like, it doesn't
Yeah.
have that dynamicism we're used to in more modern action scenes.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it does look kind of funny.
Yeah.
It does look.
Yeah.
I think a good prop that was in both movies is
Oh.
a bottle of whiskey.
Oh! Connecting theme.
That's
Good.
right. In Forbidden Planet, we have 48, I think, bottles of whiskey
Yeah.
or something like that. 148 bottles of whiskey.
And then
And in Adam Resurrected, we just have one the whole
Yeah.
time.
in Adam Resurrected, I like the part with the knife, like the dummy knife.
Oh
Yeah, where like the little gag. That was fun. There's the costumes, like the Nazi costumes in Adam Resurrected. Oh boy.
Those are crazy.
Oof.
My favorite prop from either were the pill bottle that Willem Dafoe was gonna take to kill himself.
But all right, yeah, it's
I just
9.
said a pair.
Is there anything else you guys want to talk
The
about
bear.
with Forbidden Planet, or you guys feel good? to
I
move
got
on?
one more thing,
Okay,
but
go-
it's
go
really
for it.
just a little bit of
Go
trivia.
for it.
Is this movie, among several other things, is what led William Gibson to coin the term ray gun gothic.
Huh?
No
Doesn't
way.
that just roll off the tongue quite
Yeah.
nicely?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Hey, James wants to be on this podcast.
Where you live, bro?
Yeah, give us a street. Give us
Give
what,
us
what
cross
street.
streets.
You stole a sign.
Give us a zip code.
Is this James Cummings?
That'd be
Dude.
fuck. You know that guy?
No, James wouldn't talk like this.
Oh wait, is James talking like hella crazy?
What?
Is it like is the guy really crazy?
No,
Sure
yeah,
as
this
hell
isn't,
ain't
this
James
isn't
Gunn.
James Cummings.
Are
That'd
you-
be awesome though.
Nah, that'd be so wild.
Has he ever tuned in?
I don't think he has.
Yo, is that actually your zip code? What is it? 3? What is that? 3?
That's
I can't read it.
dangerous. That's dangerous, man.
Doxing
Bro, just put it live on Twitch and YouTube. Dang,
Oh!
Florida Lord.
It's
You're
a Florida Lord.
Let's
Welcome,
go.
Florida Lord.
Florida man.
What if it's Harmony Korine?
07.
Yeah, I'd fucking
That's my
I'd fucking
city.
trip balls
Lord.
and come, dude.
Oh, we got 2.
Yeah, everybody's just dropping zip
Not that
codes.
dangerous. You're right.
Let's fucking
it's
go.
not that dangerous.
Not that dangerous.
It's all
Dang.
fun and games. till they drop
Backcountry in
your
Florida?
zip code.
Wait till I tell all my friends about it.
Fear and Loathing in the Keys. Let's
Yeah,
go.
let's go.
He wants to give us the movie takes.
Oh, wait,
All
what
right.
do you say? Give them my movie takes?
Yeah. Listen, if
What
they
is
want
that?
my lore, then they can have me on as a guest. Give them my movie
All right, well,
takes.
I mean, come out here, dude.
What kind of takes you?
Follow- follow-
man?
you
Give
gotta-
us a
you gotta-
sample.
If you follow and subscribe,
Give us a sample.
then we'll get you out here.
Let's hear about. Was it you that wanted?
We had
Master of
we had
Disguise?
one guy who was watching another podcast that we do for like about a year, and then he came out here from all the way from Oklahoma, and we smoked weed and we did the podcast.
And Norby doxed him.
Yeah, I accidentally doxed him on a later podcast.
Yeah, maybe.
I regret that.
Don't, dude.
Does he
never
still talk to
joined.
you?
No, I think he. I
You
did not.
doxed him?
Yeah,
Like
I don't-
full
you-
address,
Not like
dude.
actual like dox,
Oh.
but like yeah, I said like where he lived, his full name, and
Actual
the
doxed.
city that he lived in. Nothing crazy, but he's like he's a guy who he like loves Ted Kaczynski, and like he wants to go off the grid. So like to him, that's just like what the fuck is wrong with you?
No, you didn't. You
That's
didn't say
like the one
address,
bad
right?
thing
You
you
just said
could have
like.
done.
Not the address.
Oklahoma.
Yeah,
You just said his name.
You've blown my cover. I need to
I
go
said,
to
I
Canada.
said his full name. Yeah.
What was his
Damn.
full name?
First
Where
and
did
last
he
name.
live?
I shut the fuck up.
Dude.
You guys ready to rate the movie?
Yeah.
It's funny how we've never done like a group rating.
We going out of 5 or we going out of 10?
We all
We
have
can go
different
out of
rating
whatever.
systems. Yeah. You want to go first? Do you have a rating system?
I'm gonna say 9 out of 10.
All right. Fuck yeah.
This one rules. It's good. We're in good vibes. We're in very formative, and it's just. It really is just astounding to watch the crap. This is one of those movies that I could easily imagine like people doing like a Dark Side of the Rainbow thing. And with what? Speaking of which, what album would you play if you were just watching this in the background on mute?
Jesus.
Probably some Limp Bizkit one or something.
I probably would have gone with some Magma or some Gong, like some of
Yeah.
the more out there 70s prog rock.
Oh yeah.
That said, I do find the Lewis and B.B. Barron score for this movie a pretty enjoyable listen on its own.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of like Plantasia a little bit. It's like
Yeah,
the synthes.
Mark
sort of stuff.
Garson?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love his Journey to the Center of the Moon album. That thing is fire.
Yeah. I haven't listened to that.
Jack, this guy wants you to hit a blinker. Are you interested?
Oh, whoa.
Fuck it, why not?
All right, we got a blinker.
Get it plus the,
Oh, boy.
right here.
You going to Blinker,
Yeah, let's do it.
Blinkerton City?
You don't have to if you don't. Oh yeah, he's going for it.
That was a blinker.
That was not a blinker, dog.
This is just. I mean,
Did you hit a blinker?
It's not wax, right? It's like.
nah, no, this is my jewel.
Oh yeah.
How'd you?
I mean, I'm down for waxing in day though. Just tell me who's bringing.
As Brock said, that was a blinker. I don't know if that was a
Oh.
question or a.
So it blinked?
I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you got yeah. Wait, what did he
Run
say?
the tape.
Oh, that was
Like,
not a
well,
blinker.
not a blinker,
Not a
he
blinker. Okay. Yo, that dude put his whole. That dude put an address. What the fuck?
That's,
That's
like
not
the
his
White
address.
House or some shit.
Yeah.
Bro, Pennsylvania Avenue.
I would rate Forbidden Planet. I would give it a 32 out of 56. You know, I think it's a pretty
Bless you.
I respect it. I respect it.
Oh, it's gonna be like the complete opposite.
Out of 40, like the music. I'm not gonna lie. Some parts just the music just pissed me off. Like
What-
there was
what-
no
what,
need.
what part?
Like the part when they're fucking when she's naked and
Yeah.
he's like it's like and at a point you gotta think it's not even music anymore. It's just like what the planet sounds like. And the planet, if Earth sounded like that all the time, I'd kill myself. So overall, I'd give it like like a 17.2
Okay, I thought you were about to say 16.
out of 40 bubbles.
5.5 out of 10.
I'd give it like a 7.5 out of 10.
Cool.
Yeah.
We haven't had a recommendation like this before, really. I don't think. Probably.
You guys mostly cover recent movies, yeah?
No, not necessarily.
Who said that, huh?
Yeah.
You're
We've done
obviously
some
not a
old.
film
We did.
fan.
I think one of the oldest ones we did was Page of Madness.
Page of
Page of Mantis, 1927.
Yeah.
We're still waiting to do
Not
Birth
bad,
of a
not
Nation.
bad. Kudos.
Birth of a Nation.
Oh,
I
dear.
feel like the closest thing we've done to this might have been just like Night of the Living Dead, the original one.
Really quick. So there's a remake. Well, not a remake. There's another movie called Birth of a Nation, right? Like a newer one.
Yeah. But isn't it basically just Braveheart with like the Civil War era slavery?
Okay, but the thing is, like, you can just make that movie. Why the fuck did you have to call it Birth of a Nation?
I think it was just
To
I
reappropriate.
think it
Wasn't
was
it-
supposed to be like an ironic juxtaposition of like this thing that's known with a very extensive racist history being reclaimed Look, I'm not even sure if
But
this movie's any
wait.
good, but
See,
at least
no,
I didn't catch
The
on
thing
to
that was crazy about it too was like it was almost like 100 years later.
Yeah. The thing about it is like I understand that you could reappropriate it and like take it back. It's like taking the N-word back. But
Exactly.
it's like when I see it on like Amazon, I'm gonna think like this isn't like the new Birth of a Nation. There's only one Birth of the Nation.
Yeah.
Wait, that sounded.
So you're
wait,
saying like a
wait,
black
wait,
guy
wait,
should
wait,
make Birth of a Nation?
No, they did. He did,
Oh, okay.
but it should
But then he got canceled, and
Whoa.
the movie got buried.
for real.
Who made it?
Didn't he do another movie after this, like 3 years later, and that just went nowhere?
It was called Youth of a Nation.
I think it was called American Skin or something, actually. Wait.
Water.
Walter.
Okay, so are we good to?
We get time to talk about some Schrader?
Yeah.
Time to-
All right, what are they saying in the chat
Yeah,
before
I'll
we move
catch
on?
you up real quick. Back to the Future 0 out of 10 rating 4.
Wait, wait, sorry, say it again.
They want to know the Back to the Future 0 out of 10. 0,
Back to
0
the
to 10.
Future?
0 out of 10. 0
0
to
out of
10.
Oh, 10, obviously. Easiest call I've made this whole show.
I'd give it like an 8, maybe an 8.5.
8.
I like that movie.
We got some other.
Yeah, it has holds a special place in my childhood. Yeah, give it a 9.
Out of 10. That's probably the best one. So it's probably like I give it like an 8.5.
Yeah.
I've not seen that movie.
What? You never seen any of them?
Really? Not even as a kid? Because those things
No.
were always rerunning
Yeah.
on, funny enough, AMC again.
No,
There it is.
I watched the Halloween movie.
No.
Alright,
Oh, sorry.
we're moving on. We're moving on. What if Ninja had a low tapered fade in this economy?
What if Ninja had a low tapered fade? And
Jalen
Nah.
suggests that 0 to 10 rating does not exist in this dimension because we use
yeah,
Doubles
I mean, I
and-
got 10. I do 10.
Nobody does 10.
I'm the only dude who's done 10 the whole
He
time.
wants-
Honestly,
never
I like
given
to
a
avoid
thing.
ratings whenever possible.
Is it?
What have you given 10?
No, I mean like out of
No.
10. Out of 10. An out of 10.
Not
rating.
like a perfect 10.
I
like
do out of 10.
As a system.
That's what I've been doing
No.
the whole
No,
fucking
no,
time.
You
You
dude.
do
No.
guitar notes.
Yeah, you remember that one time on the other we did this one music podcast. He's like,
Oh, you're talking
this
about like
this album. I give it a C major bar chord out of an F
that was
sharp bar chord.
ultrasound.
That was ultra. But you've done some.
Oh
Went
my
out.
gosh.
You did a different rating system for a little bit.
Not that long.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like 3 episodes maybe.
My favorite Back to the Future is the third one though.
The Western one?
Yeah,
That one's
yeah.
fun. I think 2 is my favorite for years until I'm like, actually, nah, I'm in the majority. The first one's the best.
2's fun because you get to see like all the technology and shit. It's like, oh, it's 2015.
Also, like the twin shot, right, it's the same actors. Like,
Yeah.
those were really impressive.
Plus
to
all
see.
all the 9/11 predictions in the first one.
I think you just cracked my brain there, bud.
with the twin pines and
Yeah,
he
the
runs one over and then at the end it's like the single pine mall.
And there's also like something where it's like on it. It says like September 11th, like on this LED screen.
something like that.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry.
I just like Back to the Future 3 because there's a part when like you think he got shot and like died, but then like he just stands up and he fucking takes like the metal out from under his poncho and he's like, try it again.
Okay. And then he wants to know if they can give us a request of movies to watch for the next podcast. You can
Who?
try. You can put them in the chat.
Oh, like
I mean,
they
that's
like,
what a Patreon
like
is
they're gonna recommend a movie.
They want to.
Who's
Chaswell-
asking though?
Oh,
wait.
it's Jamie.
Oh.
James. Not Jamie, sorry. Chaswell says, wow, hot take. Unfortunately, I don't remember what that was about.
What's about Back to the Future 3, Chaz?
Hasn't seen Back to the Future. Kick that Chad looking fucker out. What's your
Who
Sorry.
said that?
James? What's
James
your
likes you, bro.
in Jackie's short? What's your character?
Basically that.
Chad. Back to the Future is overrated in my opinion, says Jalen. Asbrock, do a podcast in the Vegas casino.
That would be fucking.
Jalen says
sick.
the Vegas
I mean, we could
casino.
do a live show there.
Yeah.
Just
It'd be
one
tough. It'd be
Vegas
tough.
casino. He says we should do them in all of them. In
Each one.
Dune 2, he said.
Dune 2.
James says
yeah.
The Departed and Manchester. Oh, James' recommendations
Manchester by
are
the
The
Sea.
Departed and Manchester by the Sea.
Yeah, I guess I still gotta see both.
Manchester by the Sea is cool.
I haven't seen that in years, but it's one of the saddest goddamn things I've seen in recent memory.
Manchester, yeah.
I remember whenever it came out, I was watching it on my school iPad,
Manchester by the Sea.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Dude, Elwood with an iPad.
I mean, I watched Evil Dead 2 in a class because I'm like, oh hey, hour 20 minutes, perfect. And I can just sit through that on my laptop. I was a content man that day.
All right, let's move on.
Schrader time.
Yep.
Adam
Shady
Resurrected.
time.
Let's.
Elwood, get us going.
You
I
gotta explain this.
I
one.
recommended Adam Resurrected. I did not. I am not of the Jewish persuasion, and
What the fuck does that mean?
like I'm not.
He's not Jewish.
Oh, okay.
So I had no idea about their holidays or traditions or anything like that. I didn't know it would be Passover. I just still don't really know what Passover is. But I chose Adam Resurrected because I like Paul Schrader, and I saw Jeff Goldblum in clown makeup, and I was like, oh. And then the poster was kind of badass. It was like a hand in like a leash.
Is it the tall bass looking one with the brown background?
Yeah, with the brown background, and it just I was like, man, this movie's gotta be like fire. I didn't even read what it was about. I was like, oh, Adam Resurrected, like it's gonna be some like badass like taxi driver. Honestly, I thought it was gonna be like Joker, but like a good version of
Yeah.
Joker. And then we watched it, and I don't really think it's a bad movie per se, but I definitely, there's a reason why they don't really talk about this Paul Schrader movie.
Okay, first question. Was anyone else thinking of the day the clown cried when they were watching this?
What's the
I
day the
was- I
clown
wasn't.
cried?
Oh god, I can't believe I had to explain. It is.
Fine, don't
trust
explain
me,
it, bro.
you're gonna
Don't-
regret
don't
this. This
explain
thing is
it, bro.
This thing's awful. So, preface this with another story. If you read Patton Oswalt's memoir, Silver Screen Fiend, there's a chapter entirely dedicated to him wanting to hunt down the lost print for this movie.
Wait. I know exactly what movie you're talking
Yeah,
about.
it's the one
The-
about Jerry Lewis, like as a clown during the
Uh-huh.
Holocaust, trying to cheer up children on their way to.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
It's made by Werner Herzog.
Wow.
Jerry Lewis.
Where's it at right now?
It's unreleased.
Lost to
You
time.
can't-
No
you
one.
can't find it.
It's deliberately buried. Like it was that
why bring it-
unspeakably
why bring it
awful.
up?
To come out, I think by 2030. No,
Mhm.
it's like purposely being withheld.
Oh.
It's like the Robert Rodriguez, John Malkovich movie.
The one that's
Oh
not gonna come
yeah,
out for
like
another
100
years.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we're just not ready for it.
You got
I'll be shocked if that thing ever sees the light of day, because anyone who I know has seen this thing, and I don't mean know personally, because it's one of those things like maybe 5 people saw this top before it got like the prints burned, basically just wiped from memory. Where he was.
Wow.
This thing is unspeakably awful and tries to thread a tonal needle that is impossible. I think this is going for a similar thing. Like, look at it this way. It's not Life is Beautiful or Jojo Rabbit. Rabbit, well, at least it deals with it with some sense of gravity, but yeah, I don't know what to fucking make of this one. I'm being honest, because it's rare when you see Schrader take on a script that isn't his own. It's like this, it's the Exorcist prequel and maybe the Cover of Strangers. Other than that, like, he is the sole authorial voice, both behind the typewriter and behind the camera. So it's not exactly a work for hire gig either, because it's too weird and it's too personal and strange and deliberately detestable at points to really be that. But I gotta know what attracted them to this project.
I don't.
No.
I don't know Paul Schrader.
I want to
like
hear your
that.
take, Elijah.
I for some reason, well, I wasn't here when Elwood recommended that. I found it because like I went back and I watched him say Adam Resurrected, and for whatever reason, I thought you had like seen this movie before, and I kind of thought for whatever reason going into it was sci-fi, and yeah, I don't know. I was just watching it and like, I got like angry watching it, kind of. I don't know.
What part did you get angry at, or start getting angry at?
I think the dog stuff.
Like right.
Like kind of in the like I don't know. It's just
There's
like
more people barking like dogs in this than in Under the Silver Lake.
it was. Yeah, I was just like, I'm gonna have to drive to his house after watching this. This is fucking or I don't know.
Why did that make you mad?
Drive to my house?
No. That's. I forget what it was.
I
it
mean,
was
if you're
it
gonna
put
blame
me-
Schrader,
it-
blame
it
the guy
put
who
me
wrote
in
the
a
book
mood.
first.
It just put me in like a weird mood, like thinking about the stuff of the movie, kind of. It was like it also too kind of made me think like the zone of interest isn't that crazy. Like I don't know, it was just very very weird thoughts. I don't know what to make of it. It's weird because it's based on a book from like the 60s.
It's actually 2000 actually.
2000?
Yeah, I think it was only published like 6-7 years before this movie went into production. And,
Really?
and it's funny. I saw someone repost the other day
Can you look that
Family,
up?
Yeah, sure.
the Family Guy clip of like all the different logos of okay, movie starting. Oh, just another logo. Movie starting, just another logo. I went through the same thing with this for like a good 2 minutes.
Nah, I felt that way, but for End of Evangelion.
I need to get into Evangelion. I've been putting that off for like
These are
2
fucking-
years now.
Hold on.
There's gotta be
Go,
like a
let me see. Let me
Wikipedia.
see,
There we go.
let me
There we
see.
go. There we go.
Would you recommend it, Elwood Evangelion?
Drama film.
I would.
It is
recommend
based
it.
on a 60s novel.
Was it? Wait, really?
Yes.
Wait a minute. What am I mixing? Oh, I think
Allegedly.
the right.
I was
Okay, the
right.
rights of
I was right.
exclamation. That's what I'm thinking of.
Jack almost like died right there.
Same way.
That's
Like, you were
also.
like when
I mean,
Robbie, like,
I mean,
like,
I've died multiple times in this pod.
Like,
Within this 2 hours.
Like
Damn.
when they tell Robbie to kill it, and it's like
the book title translates to Adam, son of a dog.
that's fire.
That's kind of cool.
I
I kind of wish they kept that for the movie, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, that'd be kinda cool.
Resurrected makes it sound like some shitty like Resident Evil.
Dude, the
sequel.
part where he gets
Yeah.
resurrected though. They're like,
What's it translated from?
Hebrew.
Yeah, I think so.
Really?
The author was.
I do gotta say though, it's like one of the films I've watched recently that's given me like just like a strong reaction. Like it was. There's part of me where it's like I don't know if I can hate this movie just because of like it made me feel
I
something.
guess what were the specific thoughts that were correlated with the anger? What did those look like?
It's kind of just part of it. It's like why am I like watching this? Like why did they decide to
Like,
subject?
did it feel
why,
like the-
why
it's-
did they subject like so much time to like making this like really just I don't know bizarre thing? But then it's also like, I mean, I don't know if something like this happened, but the way it's presented, it almost makes it seem like something that could have happened. And then it's just, I don't know. It's not, it's a weird thing to watch on a Sunday night. I don't know, man.
I think you've
Weird
also
thing to
you've also
watch
been
on a
coming
Monday
off. You've also
afternoon.
been coming off of John Wary sets too.
Yeah, that's
know?
different though. That's like a lot different. Like his film isn't this.
Low key.
I don't know.
I mean, the last Schrader I watched was The Card Counter, and that's definitely more typical God's Lonely Man Schrader than what we're seeing here. Once again, I think this
don't
really
know.
is a director for a
But-
hire gig.
But
This really.
in a way, he's also like I guess. Well, maybe I was about to say the ultimate Jewish lonely man, but I guess that's Jesus.
I mean, Paul Schrader's a Quaker. I mean, that's as far as Jewish as you can get. That's just,
You want to read the chat, Kate?
No.
What did Anthony
Jalen's
think?
handling it.
Oh, okay.
What I wanted to say, I really like this movie. I really enjoyed it. That's
Really?
more than anything. Like, honestly, I just appreciated how left it was. Like in terms of every decision that was made, it was just uncomfortable, and I was like, I was there for it. I was there for it, and you know what? I think that sometimes. As I get older, I do think that certain movies can serve different purposes, and maybe this is me like not necessarily defending the movie, but or like making an excuse for it. But for me personally, and how I like to watch things, sometimes it doesn't always have to work as a full beginning to end narrative. Like the feelings and experience, like the actual like physical experience I had watching it was enough for me that I got away from it. And I thought that well, also I just like silly movies. This is a very it's serious and silly at the same time. You know what you were talking about, that John Malkovich thing where they you know an impossible tone. This is an impossible tone, and maybe it shouldn't work or exist. But they attempted it.
I mean, I've seen worse things try to do this. Again, Life is Beautiful and Jojo Rabbit. Like, those are the big targets in terms of butchering, like, that kind of approach to this kind of movie. But this is something weirder, I think, because I can't really call this a fish or a foul. Foul. I'd call it more of an interesting failure. I see clearly what he's going for here. I'm not sure if he should have gone for it, or if it's or if any version of this could have conceivably been successful. but I admire the attempt. Goldblum's legitimately good in this. I will say that.
Yeah.
That it's amazing how much the accent just kind of disappears. Like, oh yeah, that is still Jeff Goldblum doing.
That's what
Like,
I
it
say.
never feels like a bit or an affectation. It's just there. It's like authentic.
For me, I that was a thing though. Of honestly, the accent stood out to me a lot. It would just go in and out so randomly, and it was just to me that was a little bit.
I really only started to notice that during I think the third act.
Mm.
What I thought was
does
the
he
third
say?
act. I'm not gonna lie. There was a good chunk of this where I was thinking that Onion headline of "Holy shit, there's still 50 minutes left in this movie."
Sorry.
Wait. What did you think?
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as Anthony. I loved it. I can't say it's one of my favorite movies, for sure. But I think what they were going for. The script is so ambitious, and it's not really. I wouldn't say it's crazy. Like it just kind of clicked. It's just like this is so wildly entertaining.
I think it's really two movies. One being a fairly straightforward Holocaust drama, and the other being a mental institution drama.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. I was really just. I mean, I just the setup with like him being like a clown and like this like vaudevillian show theater type of thing. I love that stuff. So just like that setup like won me in instantly.
The makeup looks great in the black and white.
Yeah.
There's a part of this where I'm thinking like, okay, did they base him off Conrad Veidt for this shot? No, because it looks like that photo of Conrad Veidt from The Man Who Laughs.
Yeah.
Like the one that inspired the Joker drawing and everything.
Yeah.
But there's something about like I don't know, like with circus style entertainment where it's like, you know, there's magic tricks and stuff like that, but there's also like the freak element to it, you know, and that's like another aspect of entertainment that, you know, is kind of forgotten, and it just like it reminds me of that, where it's like not necessarily that it's like always good to like look at like people who are freakish and derive entertainment from it, but it's still just like it's a fundamental aspect of human nature, and the way that they kind of play into that is very entertaining. I don't know if it like it's just a weird kind of like the dog aspect is just so left field, but it's like I don't know. I had a good time.
I feel like that's a lot of that is strictly allegorical, and that I was able to stomach down. I think it really was just the longer went on. I'm like, the whole time I'm like, I really don't know where I land on it.
Yeah.
It's crazy when the girl barks.
That part was nuts.
That kind of like I think about it more, and it's like that really.
The funny thing is,
that was your favorite part.
That's probably the most Schrader thing I saw in this movie. Which, Anthony, I actually had a question. Were you also thinking of Fellini during this, like Knights of Kabiri? Or 8.5, like structurally?
To me, 8.5 a lot. Just the way, just in terms of the structure and the sequence of it, for sure.
I can just imagine you, Elijah, just like when the kid is finally standing up, you're just like, what the fuck?
What? Okay, what happened?
All right.
Yeah.
I gotta go to the bathroom, but I would just love to say how much I like this movie. I've been thinking about it since we watched it. I thought it was great. I thought I thought it was really good. I've been having a hard time explaining movies. I'll like try to explain a plot, but this one, I was talking to my dad about it today. I felt like, I don't know, it's just great. I like the movie. Also, I'm like sorry, I've had a lot of beer now. I was watching you guys watch the movie, and you guys just look so freaking happy. It was incredible.
Pause. We weren't happy during those parts.
We were gay.
No, I love this movie. I'm gonna use the restroom.
Okay, yeah.
This movie is the movie that makes me believe that Paul Schrader did not make Mishima.
Why?
Like, there's no way the dude who made Mishima. God damn, bro.
I think that just split my eardrum.
Like, the person who made like Mishima is not the guy who made Adam Resurrected or The Card Counter or Cat People the remake. Like, there's no way that Paul Schrader did that. You know what I mean?
The funny thing is, Cat People was like probably the thing I was thinking of in terms of other Schrader work in regards to this, because you can see him like rustling to get an idea out there, but it ends up spinning into like 5 different movies trying to be one movie that doesn't entirely coalesce evenly. I have to imagine the novel reads a lot cleaner than this does.
It's in Hebrew.
So go ahead, Jack.
Go give it a shot, bro.
It would be interesting.
I don't have a copy for this.
I listened to this Paul Schrader. It's like this BAFTA screenplay thing. He basically like goes up and like gives like this 1.5 hour long class. It's I'll send you guys the video. It was interesting though because he basically talks about how he would teach his process of screenwriting, and he basically said like you have to have a problem. He'd basically like make his students come in and write like their worst problem. Like they had to do this on the first day, and then he'd read them. And basically, like his whole philosophy was, you have to have like a definable problem, and then you have to interpret the problem through the script through like a metaphor, basically, like something that isn't the problem, but is
It communicates the
What
same
is
thing.
the problem?
But this movie feels like the problem.
I think the problem. Well, he didn't write it. I will say though, it does feel like a Paul Schrader movie. Maybe if he did the rewrites or just restructured it just while making it, just because
It was someone else who wrote it. I forgot their name.
Noah
going.
Hammond.
I mean it more just like it has the Paul Schrader voiceover. It has the. I feel like just in general, like it feels like something that he would make though. Like he would write, especially like. I don't know if you've seen like Light Sleeper with Willem Dafoe or something like that.
Oh, I love that one. That one might be my favorite
What's
Schrader.
that one about?
That's
Is that
crazy.
about drug addicts?
It's
It
about a
is.
cocaine dealer.
Okay. Okay.
David Spade's in it for like 2 minutes and has like one of the best scenes in the movie. It's so
Yeah.
fucking strange.
Susan Sarandon's like the love interest in it,
Okay.
and it's definitely it's like taxi. All of his movies are just Taxi Driver in various degrees.
It's that God's Lonely Man archetype. It's just different variations within different themes and moods.
I'm almost curious if like maybe if it's the opposite of your guess, Jack, and maybe the book actually reads very similar to this, and maybe this is more of a faithful adaptation of something that's very disjointed and
Difficult to confront.
yeah.
Maybe Paul Schrader just couldn't read Hebrew.
Maybe. No, this is what I got. I mean,
Although I am curious, favorite Schrader for the group? Like,
The Canyons.
definitely not the card kind.
okay, that's a bold choice.
I heard for the Canyons, there's like Lindsay Lohan's in that, right?
Yeah.
There's a scene where Lindsay Lohan has to get naked, and she like her and Paul Schrader were just arguing like so much about it, and basically the only way she got naked was by him directing the scene naked.
Let's go.
That's fire as fuck.
Okay, that's news to me. I think I might have to see the Canyons now.
That's a go-to Lars Van Trier technique. For most of Antichrist, he wore no pants or underwear for scenes.
Funny you
That's
mentioned
also-
Life Sleeper. Right, because I was thinking, last time I heard anyone describe Antichrist was the way they describe Willem Dafoe's member. An anaconda between two basketballs. Oh! I can't unsee that no matter how hard I try.
Why are you seeing it though?
Because someone implanted the image in my head, and it just spreads like a virus. Then you do it as a compulsion. Like, if I have to suffer through this, you do too.
The two basketballs though, that would be like Charlotte Gainsbourg. I don't know. Never mind.
Probably for the best.
Well, supposedly for Antichrist, Willem Dafoe's dick isn't in the movie.
It was too weird shaped.
Yeah. Lars von Trier said that
It's
his
so
penis
relatable,
was
bro.
so interesting that it would have distracted from the film. So he brought in someone else's penis for those scenes.
Wow.
He had a dick
porn.
double.
Like
For real.
no,
Double.
it's just crazy to think like, cause he didn't say it was like too big. He just said like it was too misshapen.
Huh.
We gotta find
That's
the quote. It's a
fucking
good
mean.
quote.
Yeah. Well,
It's a
that's-
really good quote.
Probably looks like his face.
This is such a crazy Willem Dafoe role.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like you know, in a lot of ways, you kind of thought like, oh, like Willem Dafoe's done everything. He's been a fisherman. He's been Green Goblin. He's been Light Sleeper.
He's been a counterfeiter.
Jesus.
to live
He's
a dial
been
life.
Jesus, bro.
And it's like you just were like, oh well, you know what? He's never been like a Nazi. But wait till I tell you.
he might have been.
I was wondering if he
The
was cast
Nazi.
as a Nazi before this,
Yeah.
in something else.
Yeah, he did a really fucking good job as a
It's like he
Nazi.
knew how to do it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's believable. In the part,
I
I'll say
do love
that.
the way that his character is introduced and
Yeah, that
whatnot.
scene is
I
so
thought
fucking-
that like just the whole full circle of it is it got me. It's like wow.
It's so interesting that they included the aspect of Jeff Goldblum's character being like a psychic of some sort, like that was really interesting to me. Like it just gives it like a weird sort of texture where it's like obviously he's like a really gifted sort of clown and magician, but it's also like he's able to manipulate people at the mental hospital so well.
Mhm.
That's another part of like the freak aspect to it too, where it's just like these are like where the freaks ended up after like World War II, or like when things became more modern. They were all just shoved in loony bins and shit.
Where is it, like, location-wise, the loony bin supposed to be?
Israel?
I think it's supposed to be in
desert.
Israel.
Yeah.
Israel, yeah.
Okay.
Cause in the, I was gonna say I do like that aspect of it. I kind of, in a way, I kind of wish it was just explored. Maybe
It's
a little
low-key like a
differently.
superhero movie.
No, for real, because he's
Low-key.
like he's indestructible. Like,
Yeah.
like
Yo.
he's like.
At first, I thought it was like sci-fi when he's like bleeding out and stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then they like fix him up. That
I-
didn't feel real. I don't know.
I guess.
Is that the part where he gets resurrected?
At the
Well, the
beginning.
first time.
no, no,
the
no,
first
no, no,
time.
no, no.
Is that the 5th time you've asked?
So, he's trying to say something.
I've been
He's
losing
trying to
count,
say
if I'm being
something.
honest.
I like the idea that like he was like the best clown in like Germany and shit,
Mm-hmm.
and that like basically in a way like clowns are supposed to like take away like, I guess not necessarily your pain, but supposed to get rid of your troubles, like your worries.
It's
and,
just to
like,
forget, yeah.
And I guess I like that idea that like he's like the man that like can't forget, like
Yeah.
like he went through like a year of just crawling on his hands and knees like a dog.
Yeah.
Like he can't forget like the idea of like his like daughter, like I guess isn't it implied that like his like children and like his like wife were like raped and shit?
It's
Or at
kind,
least
it's
one
kind,
of them?
I think they imply that his daughter might have been like you have no idea what she went through or
It-
whatever.
I guess I like that like concept, and it is like God's lonely man, but I guess like for real this time.
Yeah.
Like on God.
Yeah.
To me, honestly, the scene that hit the hardest is when he goes to find his daughter and she's dead,
Mhm.
and he goes to the funeral and stuff.
Yeah, that was fucking crazy.
Yeah, that part was so good when he's like, all right, like make her laugh, and it's like he still got it. No, like he could do it. Like he could just flip the switch and he can do it like no matter what. And just like that mix of like pain and like then the dude starts walking away because he looks like he's gonna laugh or some shit.
The husband.
The husband, yeah. I when I watched it, I just felt like he was walking away because he needed to laugh.
So that's in Israel, right?
yeah.
Okay, yeah. Cause isn't it like her? I guess his son-in-law. They're like Cuban, right, or something. Did
I
they
don't know.
I don't know about Cuban.
Where'd you get Cuban from?
I thought they said like she went to Cuba and then they went to Israel, and like cause like I thought like okay, my bad. On another
Wait, go to
note,
Wikipedia.
On another note, I watched Che Part 1 and 2, and it's really good.
Soderbergh?
Yeah. It's
Nice,
really
nice.
fire.
Go down to
Great
plot.
movie.
Oh no! Oh, I didn't want.
God damn, bro.
What'd you say?
Chuck Palahniuk's favorite books.
Yeah, I didn't mean to yell.
Chaswell.
What are we trying to look at? Ken?
Chaswell wants to know, what would you change about the movie?
That's it.
Like me specifically, or is he asking everyone?
No, you.
What would I change about the movie? A lot of stuff, but I think the biggest thing I would change is, I would change the way it showed like the I guess the paranormal aspect of like his like being, just because sometimes it just kind of felt like, low-key, this is out of nowhere right now. Like right now, bro, you're just dying for no reason right now. Or like just the way that it was shown, or maybe just the way it was explained. And like I like the idea that he really does have like a way to like manipulate everyone in like the hospital and shit. Like really he runs it. But I guess in a way I would have liked, and maybe it's just the tone of it and like the music and the lighting and stuff like that
Mhm.
that kind of would shape that aspect of it differently. But like at a point, I guess, well, the more I'm thinking about it now, the more I'm thinking maybe it was all like on purpose. Like it's supposed to feel like there is no loony bin, because at a point the loony bin doesn't feel real. Like the loony bin is not like a real, like the way he can just like drink like casually and like just
Yeah.
fuck like the nurse and shit, and the
Yeah.
nurse is like a dog too.
I do
A
like
bitch.
the sort of like Jacques Tati like anti-reality that they build around the mental hospital. For one, I think the location itself is great. Just the
Yeah.
the side of this like bright, like faded, brutalist architecture in the middle of fucking nowhere in the interiors. There is something desolate and really just sad about, and it really reinforces the psychological undercurrent of the character of no matter where I am, I still feel like I'm there. And yeah, it's that I find most affecting more alongside Jeff Goldblum's performance.
And actually, I take it back. I would change the ending. Not the ending in concept. I would change the way it was like executed.
Yeah, it felt kind of like it just kind of fell. Yeah.
It's all of it. Paul Schrader doesn't know how to end a movie. Like he always just fucks it up. He always just fucks it up every time. Like he comes up with an interesting idea, and at the end he just fucks it. Like he just doesn't know how to fucking do it.
Or he's gonna watch this and be like, stupid.
Even
Stupid.
Even Mishima.
No. That's I'm telling you, bro. He didn't make Mishima, bro. He didn't make it. Someone else made that shit.
Somebody else
like,
goes directed
there's no way he made that. Like you gotta think like he made Cat People, and that's what he made. He made Adam Resurrected, and that's what he made. He didn't make Taxi Driver. He didn't make Last Temptation of Christ. He made those movies.
Do you like what? You can go.
Have you not ever, as a human being, Elwood, done something and succeeded, and whatever it is, dopamine or endorphins affects your attitude towards it, and then you can never achieve the same level going forward because you've already done it, and you can. It's like, okay, say you're a boxer, and all right. For example, we were just talking about this last night with Ryan Garcia. If you're drinking, eating whatever, and you win the fight, you're probably just gonna keep doing that, or you're just not gonna have as much discipline going forward. It's like Rocky 3. You guys seen Rocky 3? Yeah, with Mr. T, where he won, he beat Apollo, and so now he's kind of got it in him. So he's not training as hard, and he gets you get his ass kicked by Mr. T, and he's like, oh damn, I actually got to try just as hard. And Paul Schrader is in a continuous alcoholic cycle of that, where he's got to do a couple bad ones, and then after a while, who knows?
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like Mishima was like later in his career, like he already made hardcore. He already made American Gigolo by then.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. That was 1980.
I like American Gigolo personally, but
I love that one. Now, the Blondie song for that movie is just tops.
That's where "Call Me" comes from. Like, call me.
Yep.
The Richard Gere prostitute. Yeah.
Produced by Giorgio Moroder too. And by the way, I have that album on vinyl. That
fire.
score is just bliss. The best vibes, only the best.
But the thing is, it's like when you watch his movies, like it makes sense. Like you watch Light Sleeper, it makes sense that this is the guy who made American Gigolo, which makes sense as the guy who made First Reform, Card Counter. Like it makes sense that this is all the same dude. Mishima is like the one time maybe he wasn't honestly because I know for it's also co-written by someone else, and I know that he probably had someone translate some stuff into Japanese for like the actors and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking it's like some Slumdog Millionaire shit where it's like really that other dude was directing it and Paul Schrader was just there. He was like, I want it like this, and the Japanese guy was like, this is low key like ass. I'm not gonna say that to this actor. That's what I think. I think just and how beautiful it is. It's just no other Paul Schrader movie looks like this. No other Paul Schrader movie feels like this. But this movie, Adam Resurrected, feels like a Paul Schrader movie, and the way it ends feels like the way he would end it. I feel like just maybe it was also just the really shitty like green screen CGI, like the way they had like Willem Dafoe coming in and out. I feel like there was a way to do it practically that would make it like way more interesting, like to maybe play with the shadow. I really like the image of like the burning tree in the middle of the desert. Yeah, it's that part felt like impactful and powerful, but the rest of it, like Willem Dafoe's like, end it, kill me. Yeah, I don't know how to do a German. If anyone can do a German accent right now, go ahead.
No, I don't know.
Go ahead.
I probably could, but I'm not even gonna bother, to be honest.
Go for it.
I know I'm gonna butcher it.
Go for it.
No, just do it.
It's a safe space.
We're not gonna clown.
That's
you,
okay.
bro.
No, that's okay.
Do it, kill me,
bro.
I
That's pretty
basically just
good.
doing my Udo Kier
No, that's
impression
pretty
at that
good.
point.
No, that's pretty good.
During Passover.
I walked straight into that. I can't believe it.
What was it, Kate?
I was just gonna say about Passover. I'm watching American Idol. I was reading some comments about it, and they were like, "Wow, this is so unfair. During Passover, none of us can vote on American Idol because there's like live voting,
Why
As they were
can't
saying.
you vote for Passover?
They're doing other
Bro,
stuff.
no, that's actually the
don't
thing.
know.
Today, somebody that works in the office, they had to like schedule a medical exam for somebody in New York, and the medical company isn't open during Passover for like the whole week on the East Coast.
So what is does anyone know what Passover is?
Isn't that when they'd have to put the lamb on the door? Yeah.
Do they still do that?
Well, yeah.
If you did not
Well,
put the blood of the lamb on your door frame, then your firstborn would be killed.
Damn. That's fucking crazy.
So how come old people like celebrate Passover then?
Maybe for their
They
grandchildren or
already,
something,
like,
I don't know.
I guess. Well, I guess I just
It
realized
was like
we
an
still
Old
always have a
Testament thing.
firstborn.
though.
Shut the fuck up, Elwood.
It's like an Old Testament thing,
Yeah.
right? So
How would it be a New Testament thing?
I don't know.
No, it's definitely Old Testament. Right, man. I mean, that's part of the story of Moses. And look, I have been what we call an atheist with commitment issues. We're in for the better part of 5 years now, but I still remember, like, no, that happens in the Old Testament. Meant like the general lay of the land and how it's structured.
Hell yeah.
I wanted to ask you guys the way it showed, I guess, the events of the Holocaust and stuff. I guess how did it compare to, I guess, for other movies that like tackle the subject matter to you guys?
Honestly, the actual like production, like the sets and the amount of extras they had was pretty impressive. Like it felt like you could feel the scale of it and how like small one person could feel in the mix of it all, which I thought was pretty impressive. The black and white, I don't want to say it's on the nose or anything, but it works more than anything.
Sorry, continue.
Now what's up?
I thought it was fun after, right after World War II ended, and it becomes more of like a beige and black type of thing. Like it became a lot more tan.
sepia.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun, visually. I mean, I think it worked. I didn't think it wasn't the Holocaust.
I guess I was more asking like
Okay, for sure.
I guess I just want to
Pee
ask more
break.
like wait, should I wait then?
No, go ahead.
I guess I was asking more like cuz like Zone of Interest is like the first time like I feel like we've really seen that like era of history and that subject matter like tackled like that. So I guess how do you guys feel? Like do you guys feel like desensitized when you see something like that, like Boy in the Striped Pajamas, Schindler's List, like Adam Resurrected, like
A little bit. I like Life is Beautiful, because that one, it's like the dad is trying to distract his son from like how horrible everything is and trying to make it like funny or trying to make him think it's a game. And for me, that felt like more of a fresh take on the Holocaust, or like how horrible everything is, and like still feeling that dread, but also like still understanding how funny the situation is. And I don't know, there's times where it feels like they're kind of doing that in this one. Obviously, just like it's a bit more like uncomfortable, or I guess just like more weird. You know, it's going more for that factor, and I can really appreciate that, because like something like that definitely did happen in the Holocaust. Like I don't know what it would be, but there's probably some like just an experience that is so beyond fiction. You know, the best way to describe it is something similar to this movie.
I don't know. I wouldn't say I feel desensitized to like, I guess, more of a traditional Holocaust story in that sort of sense. It was always like a story that, like, reading those stories or hearing those things growing up, I always like felt scared about, or felt like I could have like that emotion of like, I don't know. I remember reading Number the Stars. Did you guys ever read that book?
No.
I think Lois Lowry. It's basically like about, it's from like a 12-year-old girl's perspective of kind of like how her family's like basically like hiding the whole time. And like the whole time that's happening though, like her sister's older, and her sister's boyfriend is like part of like the resistance basically. And I don't know, there was something about that where it always just kind of whenever I would see or hear something about that time frame, it always felt like impactful to a certain extent. Like I've never seen like Sophie's Choice, but like the concept of that, it's like,
Damn.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
Sophie's
bad.
Choice. Sophie's Choice is
Have
also
you seen
similar.
it?
Yeah, it's like structurally too. Like it jumps back. and
Pakula,
forth.
right?
Was Sophie's Choice or what?
Yeah, for Sophie's Choice.
Yeah. What'd you say about it?
Pakula, Alan Pakula, directed by him,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I don't know what Sophie's Choice is about.
Basically,
It's about
I don't know
Sophie's
what the
Choice.
I don't know what the choice is.
Well,
choice is crazy.
Or is it better? Is it better to
Should
not
I be
know
the
and
one
watch
to
it?
should I
It's
be the
better.
one to
It's
tell
better
him,
not.
or
No.
would you wanna
He's
watch
gotta
it?
You
he's gotta
watch
watch
it.
it. He's gotta watch
If you wanna
it.
watch
Yeah, you
it.
should watch it. Yeah. You
You're
should
gonna
watch
feel
it.
a gaping pit in your soul afterward. It's a fucking.
Are you
brutal
a Meryl
experience.
Streep fan?
No, I'm an
dad
active
is.
Meryl Streep hater.
Okay.
What?
I'm a
Dude,
Barbara Streisand fan.
My dad would fight you over that.
You ever seen
I'm
What's
an
Up, Doc,
avid.
Anthony? What's Up, Doc? The Peter
Oh
Bogdanovich film.
yeah.
Great movie. Love Streisand in that.
I'm
Or
an-
Streisand, I guess. if
What-
That being
Peter's-
said, I'm an avid Barbara Streisand hater as well.
What year is that movie?
It's like
What's Up, Doc? I think
76?
72.
72.
Okay. Has anybody seen Paper Moon?
I love Paper Moon. One of the best.
Peter Bogdanovich?
Yeah.
R.I.P. Ryan O'Neal.
Wait,
You
yeah,
wanna-
it's with Ryan O'Neal and his daughter.
Yeah.
Do you want to read
Hit
the
'em.
chat?
Black and white.
Sure. It's 9:53.
Okay.
And,
Thank you for letting us know.
So in the chat, James said, "Bro, that guy can walk." About Jack standing up.
He's in the wheelchair.
And then he's upset that we're not reading the chat.
Okay.
And
How much
Jalen-
is that? Is that
Stay
from the,
mad,
is that from the top
man.
of what we missed?
No, it's so long.
Oh.
There's we hit 100 comment mark
Let's go.
milestone.
Damn.
Let's go.
It's just 2 people.
Jalen said
Yeah.
defended us and said he's not asking anything relevant. And then he said, "What do you mean?" I brought up the double film request, and they were just like, anyway.
He said, at first he was like, give me your, DM me, I'm gonna send you a trout can. I was like, a trout can? I said, just
A
drop
what?
the link here, and the can of trout
We
swimming.
did get
So
the.
he
That's
really
fire.
wants
I would take
everyone
that.
to watch the trout
Okay, all
Thank
right,
you,
fine,
bro.
fine. I'm gonna pull up the trout cam real quick.
We want you to know that everyone in this side of the camera
Oh, that's nice.
appreciates that.
Have you guys seen The Boy in the Striped Pajamas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
Oh, no.
like? How do you feel about that movie?
I never saw all of it, but what happened was, you know how you had to read the book and then they showed you the movie
Yeah.
in school.
Yeah.
I remember I missed the days when we finished it, so I never really finished the book. I never finished the movie, but the next day in school, I remember I came and everyone was just really sad,
Yeah.
and I was like, What happened? What could have happened?"
Gee, I
What happened to the
wonder.
boy in the striped pajamas?
I got a little side story. Speaking of sport, more than story jazz. Do any of you guys watch Smiling Friends? The Adult Swim show?
Tiny bit.
I watched the clips on Instagram.
They're funny.
You know the co-creator of the show, aka Psychic Pebbles, his gaming channel Oni Plays.
Mm.
There is a clip where they feed a generative AI one of those text prompt things to write a nostalgia critic review of The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. It's fucking diabolical. I gotta show you that when we go off the air. It's
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
hardest I
funny.
laughed all week when I first saw it. Like, god damn.
But to bring it back to Adam Resurrected, I agree with what Anthony said. Like, I think a visually striking part to me was when they're kind of ushering them into, I guess, the gas chamber, and it's like kind of like a wide shot of all the like almost just running, and I just remember during that part I really liked it because then it kind of made you wonder, like, well, I don't know, I guess I'm not familiar, I guess I don't know how to ask this, but did they know what the chamber was? Like when they were being rushed into it? Like,
After a while, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people definitely thought it was just like showers.
Yeah.
it's one of those things where the actors almost just, you couldn't tell whether they were like afraid to go back or it was like you didn't know which way they wanted to go. It's like whether they were welcoming death or they were scared of it. Does that make
Right.
sense?
Yeah.
Just the way that they like all like almost just galloped like down like the runway and
Mhm.
stuff like that. Adam
Yeah.
Resurrected is a complicated movie.
Yeah.
I'm glad he made it.
Are you?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Were you thinking that when you before this conversation?
I don't know, kind of. It's like definitely like it's just so conflicting.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's I don't know. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
That was
It's also just impressive to me how many elements they have in it. Just like, he's like psychic, there's like the clown aspect, then there's the mental hospital. Like it's honestly impressive that they pulled it off.
There's the whole
Yeah.
thing with like the dog kid.
Yeah. There's just so much
Which-
going on in the movie, and it still feels. It definitely has a few weak points, but it still feels right.
There's that part where like he's basically like giving them therapy and like writing their story,
Mhm.
and that one guy gives like a really like crazy monologue.
Yeah.
Where he's like talking. What's
was
he
his
talk
thi-
about?
what
His
was
like
his about-
daughter.
How his daughter was hiding in like
Oh,
under the
yeah.
stairs.
Bro.
But
yeah.
like she was so scared to get out that she just stayed in there for like a year.
Yeah. That's fucking. It's like it's such a simple, like, action that you wouldn't think would hurt anybody, but it's detrimental, especially to somebody that young. It's just really tragic.
Devastating.
Yeah. But really good story.
Mm.
The part when the kid started standing up for the first time, he did it just so easy. It made me think.
It looked a bit too easy, right?
Yeah, no, it was just like, man, this kid was like fucking around. Like, this whole
How did
movie.
they get that kid to give that performance?
That was interesting.
He's just a wolf. He's just a wolf kid.
Wolf
Where'd
boy?
they find that
Wolf
kid?
boy. Yeah. You ever meet kids in school who are just like, oh, that's wolf girl. That's wolf boy. Like they weren't furries, but they were just like they were just like I knew a few people that would just like they'd be at the park and we're like all like 10 and be like wolf 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 like all the time. It's like why you gotta be wolf all the time?
That's
I think there's a name for that. You remember Otherkin?
no. What is that?
I don't even know where to begin with them. They
Don't-
were another.
Don't begin.
Trust me, it's best no one knows.
Okay, yeah.
Let that be lost to the sands of time.
Yeah.
Let that be.
Okay.
Low key at one point, you don't know her, Jack, but low key at one point, Hannah was like the cat girl. Like
Okay.
like in
Yeah.
elementary school, like low key.
Damn.
I kind of felt that way, but I think she grew out of it.
Do you remember the girl at Clark? I think she might have been our year that would wear the cat ears, the black cat ears.
Is that Kylie? Keely?
Oh no, she did it too though. I think.
Deja knew a girl, but she was a year above us that would actually like meow and purr all the time.
Whoa.
And like, but like they were, I guess they were friends. Like she was nice to Deja, but then Deja told somebody about it, and they told the girl, and then the girl like had beef with Deja after that. But she didn't want to be around someone who's like purring, like licking their hand all the time.
There was a girl in my middle school named Brianna, and she had like the cut gloves that looked like paws, like for the palm, and she would spell her name. It was like Brianna, but with an I, and she would do a dog paw for the dot of the I.
That's so fucking funny.
Oh.
Oh.
Should do a color.
I think she did wear a collar.
Maybe we need the same Brianna.
Yo, when did you know her?
Elementary.
I knew her in middle school.
It's possible.
That's actually crazy as fuck. Did she also kind of wear cat ears sometimes?
I don't
had
remember. I just
glasses?
remember, man, it sucks how ostracized they get.
Yeah.
It's like I literally remember like it was like 3rd grade and this girl is like she's like freaking like meowing at people and stuff and they're like bullying her. Just like it's like outright. It was horrible.
But honestly, Brianna was low key. She was actually like not a bad person. Like she didn't purr or anything like that. I remember we all just played Mario Kart together. She was very chill. Actually, no, she wore a fedora. Now that I remember it, she did
The
wear a
Woods middle
fedora.
school is just like his high school experience.
What time?
It was
What
pretty
time is it?
chill.
It is 10 o'clock on
10.
the dot. Just about to be
Alright.
10:01.
I do kind of gotta get going.
Wrap it up.
Are
Any
you guys-
closing thoughts, anyone?
If you guys gotta keep going, if you guys want to keep going though, like don't.
No,
Do you guys
I'm
still?
cool with
I
this.
know it's.
I'm cool.
How could we go on without you?
You know how empty it feels when you leave?
Cue 80s Jim Steinman written produced power ballad and exclusively Jim Steinman.
Specifically what Jack just said.
Do you want to read the rest of the chat real fast?
Oh, he wants to know what we thought of Saltburn.
Your friend
we-
who
wait,
sees
wait.
5 movies a year is gonna really love it. That is
That
all I will say.
This
Not
this
gonna
movie
lie,
did remind me of
I liked
Saltburn
it.
a little
I've
bit
seen
though.
No way.
Like when he eats the flowers, that was kind of Saltburny.
it was just aesthetic.
You know that scene in Saltburn with the grave?
Yeah.
That just maybe she got it from this. I don't
You know,
The be-
I will say Adam Resurrected, another movie that would be great as a Deftones edit.
Yeah.
Like with the
That's true.
clown makeup and shit too.
Dude, the part where he gets resurrected.
Beastie Boys.
That'd be
Beastie
fucking
Boys always
crazy.
going around the nation.
I know. Build off of him.
Okay.
Do you want to rate it and then do?
I was about to start rapping.
Whose turn is it to recommend?
I think it's
I think it's
you.
yours.
It's us. Okay. You want to rate it?
Yeah, sure. Damn. I give it like, fuck. I give it like an 8.8 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
I fucking.
He
yeah,
likes
I
it.
liked it. I really
Norby
liked
likes
it,
this
yeah.
one.
Kate, wait. What would you give it, Kate?
Oh man. Like an 8, yeah. Oh my god, I really like this movie.
I'd give Adam Resurrected a 36 out of 44. You know, I thought that, like they said, it's just, I just appreciate a good out there movie that's just full of left field choices and leaves you wondering, why did they make this?
Jack, what do you give it? You kind of been quiet over there.
Just a bunch of question marks scribbled on a wall. That I don't know how to rate this. This defies my comprehension.
I guess
Out of what?
out of
More question marks.
10.
Question mark on top, question mark on bottom. That's how the fraction goes.
I guess overall, do you think you enjoyed it more than you disliked it, or are you just still just very confused by it?
I'll say that I'm glad I saw it, and I'll leave it
Nice.
at that. I think
Nice.
I'd probably give it like a 6.5 out of 10.
Nice.
The performances were really, really good.
Overall, I think there are some stuff that does kind of feel stilted, like doesn't really blend in that well. But I think there are some pretty impactful scenes and some good performances. Willem Dafoe is really good in it,
Yeah.
but he's also kind of good in everything.
Yeah.
And Jeff Goldblum, I didn't know about because Jeff Goldblum to me is like Jurassic Park and The Fly,
Yeah.
but I never really understood why he was like as famous as he was besides those two roles.
Yeah.
You ever seen Into the Night with him and Michelle Pfeiffer?
Nah, never.
That's a great one. I mean, that's a great one. If you want young Jeff, that's the one to go for, in my opinion.
I like him in Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the 70s version, or 83?
78, yeah.
78, that's it. But overall, I'd give it like out of 40, like a 20, like a 24.6. I'll put a like on it.
Wait, you give it a 24.6 out of 40?
Yeah.
I thought you'd go higher.
I liked it. I just
That's like
don't
it's like a
necessarily.
50. It's like a famous
I just don't
grade.
necessarily know if it's like that like great of a film, but I think it's definitely a memorable film that I will be remembering for a long time. I remembered it.
It's a memorable film I'll be remembering.
The first time I heard about it was in high school because it was on Criterion. Like they had a Paul Schrader like folder, and it was there, and I was like, oh fuck, I want to watch this, and I didn't get to watch it at that moment. But I'm glad I did. I remembered it for like 4 years.
Yeah. You know, I'd probably give it a 9 if it was just the clown stuff.
Elijah, what do you
Was that?
what do you want to recommend?
I know what I want to recommend. I forgot the name of it. Can I use your phone?
Yeah. You can use my phone. Is this just because you don't? You're like cheating on your screen time right now. This is.
Oh.
No, I genuinely do not remember the name.
James
Of the movie.
really
Okay.
wants The
I know who
Departed
directed
in
it.
Manchester by the Sea.
in the meantime, let's.
Who else?
See what
No.
can
Wait.
we chat?
Who's the other one?
Just
Are you
straight,
the other
dude?
recommendation?
No.
No, it's the guest.
Yeah.
Chat is 99
Oh,
plus
okay.
right
We got
now.
next.
We have a couple options, I guess, in terms
Gotcha.
of guests,
Okay.
honestly.
He said, do the ones I talked about, or we riot.
It might. Well, do you want to know what a possibility might be, or do you want to just recommend what you're gonna recommend?
I want to recommend this movie. I don't know where to watch it, but there's a copy at the UNLV library.
What's the title?
Wait, okay. Well, if you're gonna do that, then
that changes it.
yeah, because
Fuck.
honestly, we before this whole guest interjection happened, we were talking about doing finally our UNLV picks episode.
Okay. Dang.
What's that?
What does it
I'm
mean?
really curious.
So UNLV at the library.
This
you can
one
rent
though.
out DVDs.
Oh gosh.
You can rent out movies.
You're
And so
drawing
we did
out
it-
the
we did the
suspense,
Zia one?
man. I want to
Oh,
hear that
shit.
title.
That's a
back
great
back when
idea.
we did the Zia one, we were like, we should do like a UNLV library picks one. Like go in there and just film it and then rent them.
Like Amoeba, what's in my bag type
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Or more like a Criterion Closet Picks type of thing. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Elijah already
a
has
mix.
a movie, maybe like
Oh.
the one after.
I'm pretty sure you can watch this online somewhere. Can I look up really fast where to
Yeah,
another
yeah,
spot to
Yeah,
watch?
go
it?
ahead.
I guess if we were to do the UNLV library one, that almost like is like only 2 people picking the movies, or
The way I thought about it would be a 2-parter. So like
okay.
do
This
2
is
picks
on
and
2
the
and
other
2.
2.
Yeah.
This is pretty like there's a lot of places to watch, but I'm also kind of taking a risk. I don't know too much about this movie,
It could be
and
like
it's a
Adam
little
Resurrected.
long. I don't know what it's gonna be like. There's a lot of places to watch this though, so we don't have to just go to UNLV. But all right, you guys want to know what I'm thinking?
Let's hear it.
What?
Werner Herzog's Fitzcarraldo.
Caraldo.
Oh, let's
Caraldo.
Excellent movie.
Caraldo.
Love Herzog.
Okay.
You ever seen his
I
Nosferatu
haven't
remake?
seen any Werner Herzog yet.
No.
fine.
Start with
I
the
wanna
we're gonna start with the Gear of the Wrath of God or his Nosferatu remake. Those two are just
So
absolute
this is
fire.
the poster for the movie.
Let's see. Yo.
Yeah, it's the
that
boat
looks
movie,
sick.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the boat.
Damn,
They're
that's
like
a
moving
cool
I,
ass
the
didn't
poster.
this
boat
also
up the
inspire
mountain.
Up, the Pixar film, instead of the House of Balloons?
Yeah.
It's an opera house.
Burden
Okay.
of Dreams.
I need to see that doc still.
Oh,
You got-
that's not that. I mean, it's a great companion piece if you guys have time. If we're gonna do Fitzcarraldo, we should do Burden of Dreams as well.
Okay.
Well, another companion piece to Adam Resurrected is another Werner Herzog movie called Invincible, starring Tim Robbins.
Okay. Werner Herzog.
That's a deep cut right there.
It's pretty. I remember it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know too much about that movie, but it looked cool. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
What was it?
damn.
well, Burden of Dreams, is that pretty easy to find?
Oh, is that your pick?
Yeah, I mean Criterion has a separate disc for it, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's in the Criterion. That's like it's like Hearts of Darkness. It's like the making of the movie, but it's great.
Okay, cool.
It is the only Werner Herzog related movie in the Criterion collection.
I know it's long, but it looks interesting.
Pause.
Fitzcarraldo.
Pause.
It's Willem Dafoe.
So I guess would you guys want to go for a guest, or what are you guys feeling?
Well, the potential guest, his pick was, should we say it?
Yeah, I mean.
It was 28 Days Later.
Ooh,
Oh.
nice. Real nice one.
Okay.
But if we want to do the UNLV one, I feel like he'd understand.
But would he be here by the time next? 'cause
Yeah, I think he's going on his trip by the time we'd probably get around to
Well, I mean,
this episode.
Hopefully, we would be able to, like, be more consistent and get it there, like in a perfect world.
but it's not on his trip, so
Yeah, but he goes in like June.
Yeah, it is in
He
June.
comes back at end of July.
So what's the chat up to right now?
Good question.
Have you seen this movie?
okay.
Fitzcarraldo.
Give me your number.
I've only seen Burden of Dreams, and I
Okay.
love Burden of Dreams.
Okay.
Wait, chosen for the picks. Yeah,
Wait, can
Dude,
you go up and
The
read more of
picks
the
are the depart. I don't think we're gonna do those.
God
ones.
damn, this really guy really wants to do The Departed.
Bro, we promise
number.
you,
The
you're not
If you're gonna
Departed.
throw a
Departed.
Scorsese out there, at least throw out Bringing Out the Dead,
Um,
which hey, another Schrader title.
For real.
I'm down for either one.
Chaz.
We also have our long-awaited waiting list of people too that
Yeah.
haven't been on as well.
I'm down to go with the person that wants
Yeah.
to come on.
He's been going on a trip in June, so I mean it might be a good
That's
time.
a good.
At least we're in 40. It'll
And
be
then-
44 and then 45. We could do this.
45, yeah,
that'll be,
yeah,
that'll
yeah.
be good. That'll be
All
good.
right. Well then, Chaz, if you're still listening, get ready. Get ready to become a film fan.
We're inside your walls.
Hi, Chaz.
We're inside you.
Sorry, James.
You know, did you watch the skate shop day video?
Yes.
He's one of the
Which
skaters.
dude is it?
He's the one that has the number one sluttiest dad shirt.
Yeah.
Is he the dude talking about glizzies at the beginning?
No.
Oh no, is he the dude that Kemper? He says Kemper does his board.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That guy. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
Yeah, he's
cool,
chill.
Cool.
We,
Okay.
we had a meeting with him today about some potential
Nice,
projects
nice.
and stuff.
Okay. Cool. 28 days later.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it.
All right.
All right, wait. Can we read some of the chat? There's a shitload in chat. I want to.
No,
Dude,
it's
he's
all
so
just The
upset, dude.
Departed.
Yo, he's all caps.
Great pick of what? What must I donate for my request to be chosen? Give me a number. Just want to hear my favorite people talk about my
Dude, if you
favorite
send me like
movies.
if you send me like $1,000, I would 100% say we'll do your pick.
I love you, Norby.
Love you too, bro.
I love you, Jack.
Thank you, thank you. I love you too, man.
Bring her here.
Hell yeah.
There we go. Oops.
That was not Chris.
I got disconnected.
Dude, he called me autistic.
What's wrong with that?
What did Chess say?
Does he know?
What would you?
Does he-
Oh, okay, never mind.
I love you, Chad.
Oh.
Goodbye. That's what James said.
Oh, wait, are we saying bye?
Do you want me to get you? I'm gonna,
No, he was
I'll be
saying-
back.
Peace out,
I gotta get some Elijah. before I
Elijah's.
forget.
Peace out, everyone.
Peace out.
Oh.
Thank you, Jack, for being
Looks like
here.
we're going away.
Absolutely, man. I'd happily come back anytime.
All right. Goodbye.
Is this goodbye? We don't want to do any recent movie watches or anything?
I got a
No
couple
time.
if you want
Okay.
to talk about them.
I gotta get going too.
Elwood's got to get going. All right, I think we're going to end it for now. We can
I'm
have
cool
some
then. Nick.
after party chat.
Alrighty.
All right. It's been,
All right. Goodbye.
it's been real.
Peace.
Bye.
Boom, boom.
This is Bat Country.